What's up, everyone?
Phoenix! Oh, get hyped! Are you hyped yet? Oh, God, I love Phoenix.
What a start to this. This is the Frontstretch watch party number 4. Trey, Lyle, Dalton, Hopkins, Chase, Folsom. Chase, this is Dalton and Chase's first one. Tom Bowles should join us soon, but since he's the boss, he gets to work at his own time and leisure. So we'll see if he shows up. And as always, as a reminder, I will be in last in this group, like in terms of reacting. But join us in the comment section throughout. And we're in for an interesting race. So, fellas, it appears everyone's starting on the hard. I'm going to call it. I hate yellow and red, so I'm going to call it hard and soft tire instead of yellow or red. What is it, like something an option, regular an option, or whatever?
I think.
Who gives?
I think it's
my ball knowledge is not.
I am just going to do hard or soft tire because that is the one tire is softer than the other. So the hard tire, yellow, primary and option.
Yeah.
So
kind of like what IndyCar does.
So fellas, what do you Phoenix has not been conducive to the best racing. We'll just understate.
What are you talking about? Are you not hyped?
So Dalton,
get hyped
you
right
first.
Now.
In seriousness, what do you think this? Do you think this option tire has a chance to produce something?
It helped out at Richmond. I mean,
That's
it's going to be like, it helped Richmond. I think it's better than doing nothing and just kind of like being like, okay, like, let's just go to Phoenix and just pray that it's actually a good race. Like, but that said, like, if it actually does help out this race, like the option tire, I really wonder how NASCAR is going to take it when it comes to the championship race. If they're going to carry it on to there, because then it's like, now it's this whole new variable that like we have to include in the championship race, and it's almost feels.
You just make the option tire the tire then.
But see, that's the problem. The difference in the tire strategy is what makes it fun. It's not that like this tire is so much better, that's why it's great. It's the fact that some people are willing to go on a tire that's going to wear out more for the sake of a faster car.
Chase, what do you think?
Well,
short track expert.
Any slight improvement is a good thing because Phoenix is incredibly mid. I don't know what planet Dalton's been living on, but this track is
get hyped.
This track's not very good. I've been here or been there, not very good. So if it produces any resemblance of comers and goers, it will be an absolute win compared to what we've had here. So,
yeah.
But I think if it does well, I think they should at least, if nothing else, consider making it the tire for the championship race. Just because if it wears more, maybe guys will have to take care of their stuff more. I don't think they'd go as far as having 2 different tires for the championship race because, in my opinion, that's just adding another gimmick to an already gimmicky system. But I will try and remain positive today. I am notoriously negative when it comes to what
I heard that in my life from you.
I've never
Chase Folsom Racing. You could never see some negative tweets in his life.
Never. I think it'll be. I think we stay optimistic.
All right. Before we get our pre-race picks, quickly, Spire Motorsports. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, McDowell inspection issues is going to start at the back, but all 3 cars start in the top 10. Hocevar, obviously, 3rd. Your thoughts on is this a race? Spire made a lot of noise at Atlanta with Hocevar, obviously, but that was a super speedway. What type of noise do you think Spire is going to make today?
Well, it depends on how clean Hocevar keeps his nose. Mm-hmm. If he can not run anybody over in the first half of this race, then they could be pretty good.
I think we're going to see it's going to be a telling performance, as in like it'll be like a performance we haven't seen out of them ever. I mean, one Carson Osavar being in like the top 10 is like, okay, whatever. Like we've seen him qualify pretty well before, but all three of them like kind of tells me that they figured something out for this track. So when Carson Hocevar makes it to the final championship 4 this year, that's why he's going to be my favorite to win the championship.
So Carson Hocevar, Chris Buescher.
Carson Hocevar, Chris Buescher, Shane Van Gisbergen, and they're all going to be in the championship 4.
And Zane Smith.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? Like what they could have today? The Bristol night race in 2022 when RFK just kind of like appeared.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they haven't really looked back since. They've been the most consistent Ford team ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
It very well could be like that for Spire. This could be like their breakout moment. They could be contenders from here on if they have a good day.
They've spent like contenders. I mean, like they have. This is interesting. How is she out of the car?
I was going to say, I think it's amazing that Fox just stopped Katherine Legge, made her get out of the car, and was like, hey, let's do an interview real fast.
Well, but she's also driving.
I can't hear it, so I don't know what she's saying. What is happening?
I can't.
Well,
you're not
that she's out of the car.
That was the joke, Chase. Come on.
Because all the cars are rolling. They're about to start, and she's out of the car right now.
I will say, I think it's.
Oh, now she's in the car. How do they do that? It's mad.
Can I just say? Can I just say? And this is nothing but Katherine Legge. I think it was a good call to interview her before the race, and not after. Just saying, because if I'd pick a last place, just off of speed,
I don't think she'll get last
I'm a
place.
slow, clueless,
wreck.
gullible man. Okay, I did not realize what was happening there.
Here, I gotta pull up.
You youngin. All right, let's quickly do this. Reese picks. Who did you pick in the predictions game to win this Shriners Children's 500? Shout out to my grandfather. He was a Shriner.
Do we have a Frontstretch predictions game going on right now?
Yes, it's in Slack, genius.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so
I
guess I'm not in that channel.
James Dennis Allen Hamlin. So.
Yes, you are in that channel, Dalton. I just looked it up.
What channel was it?
Predictions game.
Dalton here.
Oh, predictions game.
It
I've got it muted. That's why.
I just tagged you in it.
How long has this been up?
Like
since Steven did it.
So last year, when I was at war. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's why I don't know it exists.
You were at war.
Trey. Shut up.
You were at war. I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that channel's
Can
existed
you just
longer.
pick someone, Dalton?
I don't wanna. Nobody wins. How about
pick.
that? We all lose.
I picked. So you picked Dennis Hamlin, Chase. Thank you for participating. I picked good old Tyler Reddick. The bonus question was which manufacturer will lead the most laps? If you need that, Dalton.
The Yoders.
Nobody.
Luop, I think that's how you pronounce it. Said he's picking a Hendrick car today.
Blaney's a good pick.
It's not a bad pick. They've either been really good or just non-existent here. So 2 years ago in the spring, Larson and Byron led like all but 80 laps of this race. And then last spring they were non-existent. So
should I bring my dog and hold him up while they go through the dog leg? I can't do that. He's too big, but it would be funny.
All right, everybody. So Phoenix has this weird kink in the track, so we gotta make a whole pre-race segment about it. Didn't they just do like the go down pit road and check your
Dalton, I have a question. What is
speeds?
your weird kink in the racetrack?
holy.
My weird kink in the racetrack.
What are we getting into? We haven't even dropped the green yet.
I got some spicy kinks about Daytona, let me tell you. All right, guys. Are you hyped? Oh my goodness.
All right,
Here we
Dalton,
go.
say when you when they take the green flag so we know the difference.
Wait, what?
Say when they take
Now.
the green flag.
Green flag now. Actually, it's about 3 seconds ago.
All right,
I think
now,
Dalton's
they're
literally
just taking
2 seconds ahead of me.
Oh, we're a little closer than typical. Tom might be like way ahead of us.
Good. Then all
Just
our reactions will
to
be
set up,
fine.
I forgot to mention William Byron is on the pole for this race and now leads.
No,
But
Joey
it's side by
Logano's
side with.
leading. Yeah,
I
Joey
was
Logano
walking through it.
now leading.
Joey
and
Logano
that-
was
well,
side by
I
side,
mean,
and now.
side by
Do you like-
side.
Does anyone have any of you had Hunt Brothers Pizza?
I have in a pinch on days that I went hunting, and it's food. So
I have not
not
ever
great.
had
It's
Hunt
good.
Brothers Pizza. Maybe I
If
have.
he
I
wins,
don't know.
Dalton will eat a whole Hunt Brothers Pizza live
No,
on
I will
Happy Hour
not.
on Tuesday.
I just had Raising Cane's for lunch. I am full.
I said on Tuesday.
Oh, on
Mint.
Tuesday.
I'm setting
I
up our
will.
next live stream.
Well,
You're
I
eating
don't have a Hunt. I don't think I have a Hunt Brothers near me.
All you have to do is find a pizza, man, and just bake it.
No, they'll know the
I'll do it.
difference.
All right, Chase will come on for his one bit with Josh Balicki, and we'll wait on Josh Balicki while Chase gets the pizza.
All right, everybody, it's time for Chase's corner. Chase, take it away. And it's just him eating a slice of pizza. That's it. And then he finishes and he's like, "All right, back to you guys."
Ugh.
Thank you, Chase, for eating a whole slice of pizza.
Hey,
I
guess
thought it
who's
was the
leading now?
Holy
William Byron.
Chase Elliott just
That's
like
fine.
Almost Austin Hilled it.
I actually did pick
Yeah.
Chase Elliott in the
okay.
chat.
This
But-
may be an unpopular opinion. I absolutely cannot stand the dog leg. I think it's stupid. And I think if they put grass back there, the racing here would be better than it is.
I think. Oh, is that? Don't tell me that's leg.
Oh,
Come on.
well,
Come on.
lap 5.
She's trying.
Back where they were.
I'm gonna mute Dalton while he listens to that.
What happened here? Oh,
She just spun.
yep. Hey, she didn't hit the wall though.
It's a good save. It was a
Was
good
good
save.
I'll give her credit.
She's actually good. Like, she has qualified for the Indianapolis 500 multiple times. Like, she's a really she's a very talented race car driver. I just, he's
She did better. She did better than a whole handful of people at the Chili Bowl too. Like she's not a
She's-
terrible race car driver.
She's
No,
just
she's
kind of
not.
she's clearly in the worst car, and this is just a
And has
thing.
never done this before ever.
Yeah.
It's like before, if you guys really want to pick on her that bad, if you guys you got one cup ride, no practice. That's what you'd look like right there. Probably worse. So
Well, way worse. Way worse.
don't pick
Way
on
worse.
her. Don't pick on her
Look-
because that'd be you. But like that's way
Way
better.
worse.
I'm so tight. I'm loose on exit because it's so loose. So tight. I'm loose on exit. Okay, interesting.
Well,
That
she's
kinda
probably
makes
using IndyCar terms, probably.
If you're tight in the
Yeah,
center,
us-
you're having to turn it so hard to try to get it off the corner.
That's what I'm thinking. Us simple-minded NASCAR folk don't quite understand your multi-syllable words and articulation.
Yeah, I don't like the dog leg at all. I can't stand it.
Shout out to Griff, who is the actual Drake Bulldog for Drake University, who has his own chair, but while his team is playing in their conference championship game, is just slumped, and it's hilarious. He does not care that their team's playing, and he's just asleep. I know y'all don't care, but these are the things I enjoy.
Uh-huh.
What?
America.
Yeah.
It's a good answer, Trey. Well done. Nice try. What is Tom getting here? Do you think he like even cares? Do you think he watches racing?
He said, and I quote, "I hate Chase Folsom so much, I decided not to show up."
I mean, bro's been supposed
brave.
to call me for like a week now and hasn't, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Welcome to frontstretch.com.
I can't say I blame him. I can't say I blame him, to be honest.
I wouldn't want to talk to me either if I'm being real.
Yeah.
I won't.
That's-
He said, "I won't be there right at 3:30, but I'll."
You know
pop
why?
in at
It's
some
because it's
point."
Phoenix.
No, it's because
Well,
it's
to
me.
be fair, Atlanta was awesome, and he was late for that one too. So
That's the Tom Bowl special.
I think it's really funny that Atlanta was at one point, like when it first
was
came
boring.
out, everyone thought it was the worst thing they've ever done. And then like 3 years later, it's like the best track on the circuit.
I don't want them to make another one, though. I want.
No, they shouldn't. I agree. I think that should be
But
like its
I
own
think it would be a
thing.
mistake to make another one.
I think the
shouldn't.
only problem I have with it, and what I wish happened, is I think old school Atlanta would have been perfect for this car.
Yeah.
And we still have Texas.
That's the only gripe I have about it too. Like I was at Atlanta.
Like,
and I
imagine
sat
just
there.
doing Texas. Imagine you have two good. So
Like I was at
It's
Atlanta, and me
Mm.
being the traditionalist that I am, I was sitting there like, part of me can't stand it because it's obviously manufactured, but it's like, man, this is so good. It's so fun to watch. And the contrast of being at Daytona the year before and then going to Atlanta this year, it was night and day. So much more fun to be in Atlanta.
It really sucks that like there's probably people who don't know who Katherine Legge is, and they're watching this race and they're probably making fun of her right now because like, oh yeah, it's like what's she doing here and everything.
yeah,
like
we just had this whole conversation, Dalton.
No, I heard you, but now I'm reintroducing it. Okay, so yeah, I think it sucks because like people are going to be watching this and they don't realize like how much of a good race car driver that she is.
Yeah,
all the
well,
history
Cody Ware
behind her.
exists.
Yeah,
Ironically, because she ran for. That's ironic, given wasn't she the Rick Ware entry in the 500 Indy 500 last year?
Katherine Legge.
Yes. I want to say yes.
I think she was in the 51 last year.
Either the last year or the year before
was-
she was in the 51. I know she was in the 51 at one point.
If only we had the ability to look it up. It's
Man,
too
who has,
bad.
who
I
has
haven't seen
Google on
Rob
their
last
cellular
year.
device?
Well, I'm hosting.
Yes, she was.
I'm a smart boy.
I kind of like that Josh Berry car. It looks pretty good.
I still prefer the Wood Brothers scheme. But
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
how
me
about him
too.
in fourth though?
I'm
Good
not
year.
really surprised.
That's the thing.
I
Like,
am.
Him and Cindric have had fast race cars.
Well-
three of the 4 races. Well, we'll see with Cindric, but
Well, they were fast at Atlanta
Daytona and Atlanta.
and at Daytona, but that's kind of expected because they're Fords
Yeah.
and they're basically Penske
It's just-
Fords.
They haven't been able to take advantage of it.
Oh,
Obviously,
good Lord.
you're ahead of me.
Ugh.
Oh, someone walked up the track.
Well, I'm not surprised about Barry
Oh!
because
Hey, there it is. Good old
Trace
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I mean, Ricky. Sorry. My bad.
Barry's not surprising to me just because this race is like a short track in a way, and that's what he's always done. And he's driving a Penske car, so they're going to be good here.
Oh, no. A custard got melted.
Oh, that was
Oh, Noah said YOLO. No, Custer just got loose into Todd.
Ooh,
into
Bowman
Stenhouse,
almost got caught up in that.
and clipped. And Bowman probably needs a new pair of pants.
Lord. Wait till you
Bowman
see the front shot.
Yep, Bowman definitely needs a new pair of pants. That's how close it was. So 2 cautions in the first 5 laps?
We're
6
really
laps?
cooking. We're really cooking right now.
When was the last time that's happened at Phoenix? That we've had 2 cautions this quickly.
I don't remember how quickly it happened, but I think the 2021 championship race, there was 2 pretty quickly. I know Bubba was one of them. I don't remember how quickly, but I think it was pretty early. I was there. I just don't remember the lap counts.
Tom Bowles did a Kermit the Frog reference on Twitter.
Oh, that's only
It's
for-
not easy being green.
It's not easy being cheesy.
Or should I say a Patrick Mahomes reference? But
That would make it. Never mind. I'm not going to do that.
And you shouldn't. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself for even thinking about it.
Go
So
Bird.
yeah, 2. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going down. Oh crap, that's the wrong. Now I'm going down this rabbit hole where I gotta look at the last few Phoenix races and see if I can actually find it. What is it that you have just sent me?
Just watch it and listen to it.
Oh. I'm surprised that's from Rubbinous Racing and not another
Another account we can't
another
say.
account, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love how you automatically knew what I was talking about too.
Did you see the one they did this week with an old Phoenix race? That account?
No, what was it?
Let's just say they started. It was a Subway sponsored race, old Phoenix race, and they started with the Grand Marshal being someone who might be in jail.
Jared from
Jared Fogle.
Jared from Subway.
He goes, "Hi, I'm Jared Fogle," and then cuts the next bit.
So 2021 had a caution on lap 8. Chase.
So you're wrong.
I was wrong.
But I mean, but he's right. There was a caution that early, though.
I just didn't remember if there was 1 or 2. I knew there was at least 1.
Well, there was a second one, but it was like lap 18.
Oh, well, that's probably the
It's pretty
earliest it's
close.
been until today.
Until today. Well, that's why I'm looking. See,
Well, it was Bubba in 1, and who was the other one? Was it De Benedetto? I swear it was Bubba, and I swear it was Bubba and De Benedetto. Maybe I'm wrong. Or Matty D might have been the one that spun Bubba.
Oh man,
I'm sending Dalton further down the rabbit hole.
no. I'm doing it to myself. Okay. Oh no.
Well, we have time. We have caution times to kill at this point.
Yeah, we do.
We're on lap 14. I think we've run 4 laps under green. Maybe 5.
Oh yeah, I forgot. In 2015, they renamed it Jeff Gordon Raceway. It actually says that on Racing Reference.
Interesting. Oh, Kyle Busch is like way out of line.
Trey, they're green flag again.
Not for me, for you.
Stop watching basketball and maybe you would know.
I'm watching the race. I'm behind on
You just,
asshole.
Trey, stop watching.
Kyle Busch got shoved out of line there, by the way, by I think Larson. Logano leads, but here comes Byron back on the outside. No, it doesn't.
Wide.
Logano cleared for the lead.
It's Daytona adjacent.
You know, I know you said,
somebody got squeezed in the wall. I think it's Ross.
You know, I know you said, Chase, that you wish that they would put grass back on the kink, but I actually think that the kink is probably the only thing that this track has going for it.
Did you just say grass is Chase's kink?
What? What?
Yes.
I don't know.
I gotta get all these out now.
I just think it looks stupid on restarts because then we get stuff like what happened Friday night where Tyler Reif got spun into the wall and like where is Tyler Reddick going?
No, you're not wrong. It does make for some silly restart shenanigans, but then again, maybe it's like kind of the only thing that's interesting about it.
Reddick,
maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign that they need to fix this place.
Maybe, yeah, they need to turn it into a super speedway. I agree, Chase.
No, I did not say that. I will never say that.
5 mile.
They need to put dirt on it. They just need to put a bunch of dirt on it.
I'd be fine with that. That's good.
Here we go. Okay, it's the first time there's been 2 cautions in the first 10 laps since 2011.
The officials are talking to Logano.
Someone's getting posted. All I heard is Clint Boris say he's getting posted.
I think it's the 22.
Ah! I mean, I shouldn't be upset.
I don't know why.
No, this is all the plan of Penske. He's like, hey guys, I have speed, but not really speed.
Well,
Restart violation.
They're giving him a restart violation.
For what? They're saying he went below the yellow line before the start finish.
Oh, I forgot that was a thing here. He's barely below it too. Oh, that's a killer. I thought they were saying he jumped the zone. I'm like, well, that's not his fault. Hocevar drove through him. It's okay. That car's ugly anyway. So
I don't like it either.
it's literally just a green race car with red.
Yeah.
It's hideous. And green's my favorite color, but not like that.
So they're saying that he went below the yellow line.
Yes, before the start.
Okay.
He barely did.
He maybe had the left front down there, and that was it.
Yeah, see, the yellow line rule, that's another thing that's like, it's so ambiguous. It's so generalized that, like, you kind of really don't know. It's not really cut and dry. You know, it's kind of a gray area in some points.
So
That's
he'll go a
NASCAR's
lap
favorite
down.
gray areas.
Maybe not because he's in the lead. We'll see.
Surely he went at least one lap down.
No, because he was in the lead. We'll see if he catches. We're about to find out. But FFAO. FAFO. There it is.
Does Fox? Okay, so Fox is not showing who's on the option tire.
Because everyone's on the.
No, they're
has
not.
changed-
Ryan Preece is on the option.
He's changed it.
Mm-hmm.
When did he change? Last pit stop?
I think they had two cautions. I guess they came down pit road and changed them.
Okay, because
He restarted
One-
30th. He's up to 13th.
okay. Thank you. Course, Fox. Of course. Like, oh, you do it. You did it for IndyCar. You did a little square, a triangle next to the driver.
Honestly, if it weren't for Jeff Gluck, Jeff Gluck, I would not have known
NBC
that.
at Richmond did it. They just highlighted the person yellow and red. It's not that hard.
Are you surprised? You act surprised by this?
No.
Preece is moving, dude. Holy moly.
Well, this
Mhm.
tire is way faster. He's gonna probably get to the lead.
Oh, now they're highlighting Preece. Okay.
Yeah, well, now they're telling you about it, but it doesn't show it who's on the ticker.
No, it is now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. They've got him
Well,
highlighted.
that's gonna go away.
Now it doesn't have him highlighted.
Well, they had him highlighted because they were talking about him.
No. Just leave it highlighted. Why is that so hard, Fox?
Yeah.
You put it up there. Leave it up there.
So yeah, big penalty for Logano, and Preece is on what is on the option tire. So we have caught up. So comment section, if you can help us, because we cannot really hear the broadcast due to we are not getting kicked off the broadcast. Due to we don't want to get kicked off here, even though I did show the YouTube stream last time that by so
He's going for 9th.
Man, I'll tell you what, though, this option tire
he's
is kinda
flying.
sick. He is flying. That's kind of sick. Like, that
Preece-
actually is
so,
really,
Just to
that's
put
going
in
to make
perspective,
for some good stuff later on.
Preece is running it's hard to follow him. His lap time is actually slower than Byron, but because he's in, but his best time, oh no, he's actually slower.
Compare him to like the guys he's passing.
That's a good point. All right, he's here.
He just
All right,
passed.
we have to act good now. I can't talk about kinks.
Here to keep the peace.
Oh, here to keep
What's going on?
This guy.
Look at this guy.
How's everybody doing?
I'm here. I'm trying to enjoy a Phoenix race.
Well,
Well,
you
Yeah, good luck
you
with
were
that.
enjoying it until I showed up.
you can answer this with great insight. So Fox is now finally highlighting Ryan Preece.
Yes.
IndyCar, when they were on the option or prime tire or soft or hard tire, whatever you want to call it, they would have it out. They would have it up the whole race, right?
Well, I mean, yes and no.
Okay,
I mean,
that's-
my guess, and I don't know this answer, is, do they have all the required information? Did the teams tell them what tire they were starting the race on? Is
No,
that incorporated
Preece
into the pylon
changed.
already?
Everyone
know.
started on
They all started on the primary, but Preece has
And then-
changed to the option, and now he restarted like 30th, and he's up to 7th already.
yeah. That's where we're at.
So he's
Yeah, I mean,
flying.
Look, it would be nice for them to have an option for the option tire, right? Highlighting him seems to be the way that they want to do it. But this is new for NASCAR, right? This is only the second or third time that they've done it. So whenever you have something like that, you need to be able to incorporate the technology. And it may just be that the technology's not there yet. I don't know, but at least they're trying to highlight, right? And that's all they can do. If I were them, I would leave the highlight up.
Preece, and to add context, Preece is basically running 3/10 faster than anyone around him.
Yeah. So
now the question is,
how long does it last?
How long does it last?
How long does it last? Yeah.
Maybe the idea is you just go and then you hold on. Hey, now we have an Indy 500 promo.
So,
is
I
someone
know I
got
came
the
in.
microwave done?
Oh, it's
Or
probably my dryer. I don't know how you guys can hear that. I barely heard that.
No. So I came in just after the Logano thing. Total bullshit, right? Is there anyone here that thinks that penalty should have been assessed?
Well, it depends.
His
It
tire
does seem
was-
Consistently enforce the rule, then fine. But they don't consistently enforce anything.
I mean,
that's like every time NASCAR enforces a rule, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because is the rule kind of a little bit harsh? Yeah, but it's that's if you want to be consistent, you have to enforce it.
Listen, when the guy pulls the shirt to the point that the shirt is falling off the entire time he's going after the quarterback, it's holding and it's obvious, and you call the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
When it's ticky-tack, then it's more subjective, and then that becomes the center of conversation, right? And especially if that holding penalty is the difference in whether the team gets first down, wins the game, to have that be the first violation and to have it be with the leader at the tail end of the start-finish line, that's really nitpicky to me.
I guess how I see it is if they don't call it, from that point forward, everybody's going to push it an inch farther and an inch farther and an inch farther and just keep calling NASCAR's bluff until you get a situation like Denny Hamlin at Richmond last year, where it's okay, well, if you're not going to call it, I'm going to see how far away I can get it. Yeah. So if they're going to be consistent and call even the nitpicky stuff, then fine. But
also, clearly, Penske was showing too much speed this time of year. They have to suck, remember? So they had to do something.
It's all part of the plan.
It's not allowed.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah.
This is when they
the
suck.
The whole point of the rule is to keep from getting an advantage, right? Or to keep from if you're getting blocked, to make sure that hey, somebody can't sneak up on you, go under the yellow line, and then you're screwed. So he was the leader. He wasn't really doing anything. He was just doing his normal line. I feel I don't know. I feel it'd be one thing if he was third and then trying to get a jump on the guy in front of him, but he wasn't trying to get the jump on anybody.
It was very nitpicky.
Yeah, it was a little. I think it's not really about it is harsh. It's too harsh, but at the same time, you have a rule in place. You have to enforce it. I think that's the problem. Is that if they don't point that out and they don't penalize them, somebody else will.
Preece is up to fourth.
Up to fourth, yeah, sure is.
It's pretty impressive.
That is very. That makes me excited because now,
actually make that third.
Look at that,
Yep,
plus
he's up to fourth.
29.
That's
but he's gonna get
crazy.
screwed. He's gonna get screwed at some point in this race.
Well, he is, but my whole thing is because what's the rule? So how many times can they use the option tire?
You have two.
You have two sets, man.
So
okay.
I think their idea is, can we win this stage? Win the stage, and then maybe get hurt in the second stage,
man,
and then bring it back in the third.
Bring it back in the third stage. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Because I'm trying to remember, someone did that at Richmond. It might have been Suarez.
I think it was Suarez.
He did it, and he
Suarez.
won.
Yep.
And he won the first stage or the second stage, and then didn't. And it was almost going to work out for him, but then they had the late caution, and he got screwed.
Yeah.
How about Josh Berry still running third?
McDowell's
I know that's
sixth.
where he started, but
So
Dalton, just the fact that he's there.
So, Dalton, a point you brought up at the start when we talked about Spire with 3 in the top 10. Obviously, you can't really count McDowell because McDowell's 26, but he started in the back. Haley dropped to 20th, but Hocevar is maintaining in the top 10. He's 6th.
Hocevar's maintaining.
Hey, another interesting guy in the top 10. Eric Jones is 9th.
He is. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this seems like a much more equal field at Phoenix than we've seen in the past.
Hey, most importantly, folks, guess who's in the top 20? Zane Smith.
Oh, good God.
Oh, stop it. Equal doesn't mean passing, by the way. That's one of my problems with Phoenix.
Well, I mean, unless you're Ryan Preece.
No, that's true. But I mean, he's on a different tire.
Well, but I mean that's
the point of the tire. Tom.
Maybe that's the point of the tire. Like, yeah, you're right. That doesn't mean it's going to pass, but passing will happen because we have the option tire.
It's an interesting guinea pig to have this early because how soon is it going to fall off, right? Like,
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, that's really what I want to see, and that's what's going to make this race exciting or not so exciting.
Justin, he can never keep the peace.
No.
Yeah. So
he's actually the peace destroyer.
I mean, Dalton, do you feel like the Wood brothers are way more connected to Penske now? Do you think that they use the opportunity when they dump Burton to like?
I think they were always connected to Penske. I think Burton just didn't get used to that car as quickly as. Like I hate saying that because I like Harrison Burton. I think he's a good guy. But I mean, the guy who got out of that car was Matt DiBenedetto, and I think you could argue that he did a pretty good job in that car. Before him, it was Ryan Blaney. We saw what happened there. And then Harrison gets in the car, and then suddenly it falls off. And everyone thought, oh, what's the next gen? The Wood brothers aren't getting used to it. And now we're seeing Josh Berry get into it, and he ran really well at Atlanta. And now he's running well here. I don't know. You know, it's kind of early to say, to be honest. But he's had a pretty. He has shown more in that 21 car than Harrison Burton did in 3 years.
I'm not gonna out my source here, but from the person I've talked to, the only thing Wood brothers about that car is the name on the entry list. So
yeah,
it's always been that way for the past 6-7 years.
Yeah.
So
that's always been my understanding as well. When you switch people around, sometimes you don't take full advantage of something. You know, like I mean, it's only been Wood brothers because of the name on the side of the car. But every time you have a new driver, it's a chance to switch up personnel, and maybe they just didn't have the right people on that car. You know what I mean? Dead stop.
Well, I'm talking like even the employees, like there's Penske employees working on that car. So I don't know. I think it's I'm not really surprised to see Josh up there at this style of racetrack. And I think given the equipment that he's in, this is a really big make it or break it year for him. Because, I mean, he's not going to get a better opportunity, at least at this point in his career. So this is his year to prove to everybody why he's there.
I think he'll get a win.
I think so,
really
too.
I think he'll get a win.
Well, I can definitely see him winning.
I think it's coming at the end of March.
Yeah.
At the end of March. Is it
Martinsville?
Martinsville.
Yeah.
I think we see two first-time winners that
something
weekend.
of note, Preece is maintaining about the 0.3. And the time is going down, but like they're both going down.
But the difference is still 0.3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it hasn't leveled off yet.
Yeah.
And we are roughly 14.
You're roughly 50 laps. So the one more thing on Barry. I mean, I think it's just a real interesting situation. I have somebody in my life that's a Northeast Austin Cindric fan. Like, you don't see very many Austin Cindric fans around. And ran into him yesterday and was lamenting.
You ran into Tim Cindric yesterday? Did
not run into Tim Cindric. It's somebody other than Tim Cindric, believe it or not. Somebody not related to Austin Cindric that actually likes Austin Cindric. And so was very passionate about the fact that Austin Cindric should have won the Daytona 500, should have won Atlanta, got screwed out of 2 wins, blah, 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 blah. But, Barry comes in, it's basically a Penske car, and Cindric's in a make or break year, if Barry wins in the 21, if Barry makes the playoffs, you got a replacement for Cindric right there. If you end up wanting to put Cindric behind the scenes instead of in the car. And well, I don't know if you'd swap them. I mean, frankly, what I hear about Cindric is always that, he's destined for either the boardroom or he's destined for TV or like something behind the scenes if he can't cut it in the cup level, I don't think he wants to sit around and drive like a mid-level car for 5 years.
Yeah. I think he's going to be okay for a little bit. I mean, he's not, on the level of Blaney or Logano, but
not a lot of people are in the Cup.
Not a lot of people are. And he's also, this is like what, it's just only his 4th year full-time? Yeah.
I want to say, 4th year full-time. You're right.
Yeah. And it's not like hasn't done anything. I mean, he's got 2 wins. Like, one of them was Daytona, but he won Gateway last year, like out of nowhere. Like, it's not, he shows up, he had a pretty rough 2023, but he's gotten better since. Like, he's improved.
Yeah, look, that's fair. I mean, he could easily have 2 wins right now. Like, I actually agree with that, with that fan, that he could have 2 wins right now. He was dominant at Daytona, dominant at Atlanta. Just things did not break his way toward the end. But, he's great at drafting tracks, and he's underperformed at road courses lately. But he's a guy that he gets the right setup. He could win 2 road course races easily. Any year, right? Like, that's his bread and butter.
I could also just as well see, like, if Barry does well in the 21, him being happy in the 21 and just staying there.
Yeah.
Because it's just as good as the other 3 race cars. And that team, I feel like the mentality of that team, even if it is just a 4th Penske car, really fits Josh Berry and his story to get to where he is. So
that's fair.
I can see him staying in that car if they're successful.
Yeah.
Most of our are still running 7th.
I don't think Preece is going to get to Byron, but he'll still finish at least top 3 in the stage.
He will do way better than what he would have if he didn't go into the option tire. But now I'm interested to see how many other drivers go to the option tire after this round of pit stops coming up.
If it wasn't for the option tire and Preece, how much passing would we have had in the top 20 in the last 40 laps?
A lot. One car would have dropped completely out of the top 20 on one lap because he cut a corner.
That's fair.
I'm actually Blaney and Bell both got around Barry. Larson's picked up a couple spots. Like, there's been a little bit of passing going on. Better than
Bell's up 5 positions.
So
honestly, I would have picked Bell if but it's just so hard to win 3 times in a row.
One thing I was thinking about for you guys, because I actually came in today with some questions, because I'm like, this is gonna be a long watch party.
Phoenix. We won't be all that occupied.
We'll be bored. Half of us will be asleep.
We need to spice things up.
So one thing that I could say about Phoenix, right? Like, Chase has not been. Trey, you haven't been there, right? But Dalton and I have been there.
I've been there.
Oh, you've been there? So
Phoenix?
Phoenix?
I've never been there.
Right?
He's been there as a fan.
He's never been to Phoenix.
In any capacity. Wow.
Capacity.
I was there for the 21 championship race and the 20 championship weekend.
Wow. The COVID championship weekend. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had hillside seats.
I think there are a lot of people that had hillside seats that year. So, Phoenix is an awesome facility. Like, it's a great place to watch a race, and a great place to set up shop for the weekend if you're camping or if you're hanging out in that area. But the racing is not that great. And I was thinking about this, coming off of St. Pete with IndyCar, where the facility is top notch. It's at an airport. Everybody down there loves going to the racing. But if you rank the quality of the competition of all the IndyCar tracks, I think St. Pete is definitely middling, right? Like it's definitely a place where I think they would want to improve on-track passing over time. Would you rather go to a track that has like cool facilities and just watch the race and have it be somewhat boring? Or would you rather go to a shithole track that like you're sitting on a really bad bench and you can't like get concessions and like it's just in middle of nowhere and then the racing's awesome?
Yeah, that's tough to answer because I'm trying to think of like what track is like that where it's like a really bad.
Martinsville.
I think it's a little concerning that Danny is asking if Preece has option tires on.
Martinsville as a facility sucks. I'll just say that it's outdated for 25.
Oh, it definitely sucks. Yeah, I mean,
but the racing's typically pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty fun to watch, and like, because that's the reason, in my opinion, that NASCAR keeps Phoenix as a championship race because they want the facility to shine out, and it doesn't matter if the racing's great or not so great. If all of the people that sponsor the series and all of the people that have the money come to this fine facility and they get treated to first class, first class everything, right? Like the suites and the experience and all the cool things to do around Phoenix. I mean, Homestead was kind of like that too. But I would argue that Phoenix is way better facility-wise than Homestead.
So I think to answer your question, Tom, it kind of depends on what you're doing. So if you're saying, would you rather go camp for a weekend? I would much rather, if you're camping for the whole weekend, you're there hanging out with like a group of friends, I would absolutely rather be at the better facility because you're going to have more fun. But if you're going like a day trip, I want to go watch the race and then you're going home that night, I'd rather go to the better racetrack.
Yeah, if I was I think it depends on like the capacity of how long I'm going to be there. Like, if I'm going to be there for the whole weekend, yeah, I'm okay with going to like a place like Phoenix because like, okay, think of it this way, like the Rolex 24. Like I would love to go there with like a bunch of friends and just camp out for the whole weekend or even for just 2 days. That's fine. Like, even though the racing is like, it's not like going to keep you on the edge of your seat, like it's cool for a little bit, but it's not like something I can sit down and watch for hours on end. But like if I were to go to, I don't know, what's a cool place? If I were to go there for like 2 or 3 hours, like, it's okay. Like, I mean, for the Rolex, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's okay. But if I'm there for the whole weekend, it's no longer about the race. It's about like the time I'm having with friends or whatever, and partying and drinking or whatever it is.
Like both of my experiences with Phoenix were weekend long experiences. So like 2020, COVID threw us for a loop, which that was even. We took a road trip in an old 68 Chevy out there from North Carolina both years.
Oh, that's cool.
It was, one was from Florida, one was from North Carolina. Either way, those were like the coolest weeks of my life. But 2020, it was weird because we had seats and then had to get hillside seats because of COVID. And then we didn't get to go to the Cup race, but we went for the rest of the weekend. And the hillside is honestly one of the coolest experiences I've ever had at a racetrack. Because if people don't know, the sunset is behind turns 3 and 4. So if you're on the hillside, like right at the end of the Xfinity race, I have in 2020, I have one of the coolest videos I've ever taken because the sky is literally like day glow red orange behind the grandstands, and it's Cindric winning the championship. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But the racing, it's like none of those races were like absolutely thrilling. And the same in 2021, we sat by the start finish line. None of those races were like thrillers, but the experience at the racetrack is really good.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe it is Phoenix is the ideal racetrack or ideal race like facility for fans without the ideal racing, while Homestead is the ideal racing without the ideal facility for fans. Like
that's well said.
Yep,
I think that's the best way to put it.
The facility at Homestead is just.
If those two could have a baby, and like you like,
well, but be careful with that because you could have an ugly baby then.
No, what you do is you lift the Phoenix track up, keep the facility, and you just import the Homestead track.
Man, the hillside would be in the middle of the infield.
I don't know.
So what's wrong with that?
This is imagination time.
Pretty sick, actually.
Trying to explain two racetracks having sex is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Well,
let's not do that.
Well, good news
Good
is Phoenix
example
does have a
like a
kink, so
Racetrack, love
we're
each
good.
other very much.
oh my god.
No,
a good example of like a day trip track for me is like Charlotte. I don't ever camp at Charlotte, but it's fun to go for a day because the racing's always good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. See, that's kind of my point is like, I would not want to go to Phoenix for a 2-3 hour race, but I would go to Homestead for a 2-3 hour race. However, I would not want to go to Homestead for a whole weekend. Whereas Phoenix, if I got offered to go there as a fan, to go there for a whole weekend, even if it's this one, I'm down. Sure, why not? Like to camp out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's such. It's like
because at that point, it's not about the racing product. It's about the area. It's about the facility.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like Richmond is not a good place to camp. It's a good place to go for a day. Like there's plenty of hotels and stuff. Like you're in the middle. You're right outside the city. Like you can go to the race during the day and then go to the city at night or whatever. Like
my personal favorite, well, it's my personal favorite racetrack anyway, so I'm probably biased. But my favorite camping place is Bristol because we always go to the night race weekend in the fall. And then the Thursday and Friday races are always pretty good. And by the time Saturday comes around, we've had so much fun at our campground that we don't really care that the race sucks with the next gen car. So, because we got to see our 2 good races the nights before. Yeah. So then we're just there partying still at the racetrack. And then it's a Saturday night race. You get to stay after and then drive home Sunday. So that's my favorite race weekend is like, that's where we always go is to Bristol.
That's why I feel like Bristol has never really like lost its luster. But by the way, we should say that stage 1 ended. Byron, Reddick, Preece, Bell, Blaney, Barry, Hocevar,
Elliott,
Hamlin,
Elliott, Larson.
Yeah. So Preece made it to what, 3rd?
He did, and he got out. He came out 4th on pit road, so that got him some track position. Oh, Ross Chastain speeding.
Boop.
Like also speeding.
Should Legge have been approved for this race?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
There's no pushback on that. Nope. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not. I like the Richmond is great for Cup Day. I agree.
Yeah, I know. Decoy, listen to Trey. I said that.
No, but Richmond's like what Dalton was talking about with Homestead. It's great for a day. I don't know if
it's a good facility for fans to be at the race. Yeah. It's not a good. It's not the. It's just because of its location. It's in the city. Like you don't want to camp in a city. Like you just don't.
Yeah. Unless you're Adam Cheek, Richmond is great for a day. I mean, Adam Cheek may have literally moved in there last night. So, permanently living at Richmond.
In Richmond Raceway?
In Richmond Raceway.
Okay.
Yes.
And maybe I'm different because I literally grew up so close to Richmond that I could hear the race cars from my house. So, wow. I mean, it's like 15 minutes away. Like I'm 15 minutes from Richmond.
Shit.
Yeah. So like close. I never would want to camp somewhere 15 minutes from my bed. Like I would never want to.
Oh, they got Chris Myers out in the crowd.
So that's different.
Good job, Artie.
I remember
there's a Raising Cane sign.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there are a lot of great places to watch at Phoenix. Like that's one of the cool parts of it. Not just on the hill, like again, like walking around, like you don't have to just sit in your seat. Like it's just a cool place. And the weather's always great. It's just they should bulldoze the track and start over, and that's really all they need to do, and then it'll be fine.
I got crackers.
Snacks
there
are
you
okay.
Go. That's where Chase camped.
Justin is asking us the same thing he did last week, buddy.
I wonder who his favorite driver is.
Probably not.
Well, Justin, so I'm the only one who's on here for Coda.
He's 11th. I mean, he's not. He's doing okay.
I feel bad. Justin probably had a rough week this week because he was really
Also,
rooting
it's
for
lap
Cowboys last
69.
week, but I don't think so. What?
You know, I don't know if you guys have moved off this.
Does
topic
anyone
yet.
know who's on the option tire?
Nope.
Not a clue.
Sure don't.
I was too busy yapping. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if you guys have moved off this topic or not, but Atlanta, when I went and camped for the race a couple weeks ago, other than the fact that I absolutely froze the entire time, that was fantastic.
All right, I got the list of the option tire. 7, 41, 35, 88, 71, 42, and the 2. It appears.
So
Cindric,
where are you getting that information?
From a sexy man named John Newby.
I mean, I feel like he's reliable.
Jonathan
Dustin-
Field, who's also been a
Honorary
happy
front
hour.
stretcher, basically John Newby.
Well, Dustin
Cindric,
Long
Suarez,
tweeted-
Haley, Custer, Herbst, SVG,
Well,
Nemeth,
why-
Gibbs,
so how does
McDowell,
he know that?
Chastain. So
Yeah, see, it's a whole other piece of information that now we have to keep track of, and I don't know where they're getting it.
I'm assuming listening to the radios, stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know.
Stop that.
Do you even know that song, Chase?
Are you proud of yourself?
I think that song came out
Do you think that's funny?
before you were born. That was hilarious.
yeah.
I got laughed out of there.
Probably did.
I did laugh.
Hey, if you guys want to feel old,
Hey, and that was off the cuff. That
2004
was off
turned
the cuff.
21 this year.
That was off the cuff. I just want to mention that. That wasn't. I didn't have that set. That was improv, and it was smooth.
Well,
No.
I was going to go use the restroom, but too late for that. They're about to restart.
I
What
literally
were
did.
you saying?
Okay.
What were you
Fox-
saying, Chase? We should let the child speak.
I said, if you
Fox
guys want
is
to feel
now
old,
listing option on the ticker.
Okay, we're good.
So Cindric's on the option.
highest one on the option. Okay. No, I was just saying, if you guys want to feel old, people born in 2004 can legally drink this year. So
Yeah. All right. Were you
Yeah,
born in
well, so can
2004?
I.
I'm just saying, you guys are getting old.
Were you born in 2004?
Maybe.
Yeah. And you've never ever illegally drank. You're a good Christian boy.
Absolutely. Never
Yeah,
broken.
That's right.
Never
Yep.
I've never broken a law, especially not on camera.
No, Chase, you're a short track. You're a short track guy. Nobody ever breaks laws at short tracks.
No, there's definitely not a
Absolutely
whole
not.
story. There's definitely not a whole story behind what I just said at all.
Yeah. When people think front stretch, they think wholesome, and they think a picture of
They
Chase.
think Folsom.
Wholesome,
think about
wholesome. That's me.
Folsom.
Wholesome. That's
They think
exactly.
about
Uh,
Oh, that's a
Folsom.
new nickname. I like that.
Good old wholesome Folsom. By the way, Byron has the lead. Reddick on the
crap.
outside.
Cindric has gained 6 positions in 1 lap.
He's gonna get the lead. They're too bunched up, and he was
Mhm.
14th.
This is the one thing I like about Phoenix. I do like the 3 abreast on the restart.
That's
Everybody's
what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
So question.
Suck it, Chase.
I
Question
don't
for you.
care. I still hate it. Mom, you missed me
Question-
complaining about the dog leg. I said I hated it
You hate
Question for
it.
the-
Why do you hate it?
because it's a fake Band-Aid to a terrible racetrack.
But it works. It's a
That's not
pretty
really
good-
being
pretty
so
good Band-Aid.
wholesome, Folsom.
I'm sorry. I mean, I love it. I love everything about NASCAR. I've never said anything negative at all.
Listen, I mean, look, it is a flawed racetrack. So that's why I think you got to have at least that one thing, right?
It produces the best photo in NASCAR. The 5-6 wide van.
I guess.
Cindric is 8th.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is,
Ooh,
Like- oh, I love that in-car shot. He'll be in the lead, I think, in 20 laps or so. It's just we'll finally figure out whether this tire's ever going to wear off.
less than that.
Yeah.
I think it finally evened off at the end of stage 1 for Preece. I just don't know if it wore off to be worse than the primaries.
So now that Preece is back on the their Fox is no longer showing who has the option
Wait,
tire.
They're showing it when they don't show the.
They're not. But that's the problem is that they're always showing that. Tom, need you to fix that.
Yep. Get on that.
You need to get on it.
Chop.
You know a guy who knows a guy.
Number one, I do not work on those broadcasts. Number two,
Call Artie Kepner right now.
There are things that I cannot discuss.
Call up John Fox, the CEO of Fox,
Huh.
and tell him.
Call Mr. Murdoch or whatever his name is.
I think. Wow. Oh yeah, Ross Justine gained 14.
He's
I think.
fifth.
I think what they're doing right now with the option tire is great. Like
Now they're showing it again, Dalton.
They're doing
Cancel.
it now, but here in another lap, they're going to go back to like time the distance.
I'm okay with them flipping it back and forth. They don't.
I'm okay
I
with
think
them
they
flipping it back and forth.
Well, here's
Listen,
what you can do. You can highlight the drivers in red if they're on the option, and then leave the distance meter on.
You're asking
Instead
too
of
much.
swapping
Dalton.
back and forth.
What
Okay.
NBC does.
It's almost
Listen,
like
Dalton-
there's another big racing
Well,
series
why?
that does
Contact.
exactly that, and they do it pretty well.
That airs on that. Hey. Is
Hey,
did y'all see what the head of the NHRA said today
yes,
about Fox?
yes, I did. Yeah, he is.
Justin,
he is not
you
happy.
should probably stop choking on Cheez-Its.
We
That's
should tell
not-
him. We should secretly tell him that the
This is
catchphrase
God's
is
live
Fox.
stream, okay?
I got an idea, guys. I think we should tell the head of the NHRA that the idea for Fox's slogan when it comes to IndyCar was Tom's idea, and see what he thinks.
I wonder how many spots Preece is going to lose now that he's in, because it looks like he's able to keep up pretty well. He's remaining in the top 5 even though he's back on the primary.
Commercial.
like the one other thing that I will say, like going back to my days as a fan, and maybe this dates me a little bit because this was before Chase was even thought of. You know, Chase was like negative years old. But the number one thing I always wanted was interval, right? Like I was always looking when I was a DW fan and then
I agree.
number one thing was how far behind the leader, how far behind the leader, how far behind the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not showing them and they're running in the 20s, that's the only piece of information you have, right? Like now you have more stuff. You've got like spotter radios that you can pay for, and you got like these in-car feeds on Max. But frankly, like that's the number one most important thing. So like once you know whether somebody's on the option tire or not, this is literally this is a philosophy I've always had. Like interval to me is always the most important thing, right? Like how far behind the leader. And yeah, as long as you switch, it's a fine line, right? Because you can't go 10 minutes and not tell the fans what other important pieces of information. But as soon as you know your guy's on the option tire, you're going to retain that information. You're not going to forget about it in 5 laps.
I mean, I agree, but you can show both at the same time.
Cindric is maintaining that roughly. It's rough. It's a little less 3/10 faster than
3/10
both
faster.
Bell and Byron.
Now I'm wondering, like, who can maybe make that into the 4/10 threshold? Like, who's got the skill to do that?
Yeah, and here's another interesting person of note. Justin Haley is also on the option tire, and he's 5th.
Whoa! Wait,
Oh.
wow, he's at the 5th already?
He's been flying, man. I think he's.
Oh, he sure is. Yeah, look at that.
Where did he restart?
Chastain up to 11th. He got a penalty.
My guess is since this is the start of the stage and Preece didn't have to start, these guys Preece didn't have to start all the way in the back.
Cindric up to second. He might have to leave.
I bet you most
Back
of these
to
guys are
commercial.
going to be the top half of the stage this time.
Hey,
Like,
Haley's
Preece had
at
to literally start in
21 since the stage started.
Like everyone pitted this time and they put on the option tire. When Preece did it, he was the only one that pitted, so he started literally dead last.
Well, I mean, Ross Chastain's sitting there all pissed off. I'll show Michael Massey. I'll get all the way up to first place, win, and not talk to anybody. I'll show him.
Yeah, Mr. PR Chastain.
That's right.
He's going to call Massey specifically.
Call him out.
This is for you, Michael Massey. My only comments are
I think Massey.
We need him to call him Q Combs.
I think Massey would just be like, "Oh wow, he mentioned
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
You read the article.
no, he read what I wrote."
So
We're not having any
I know
leads.
this is a dumb point, but why does Menards decide to pick Monster as the hood when there's two to three other Monster cars each week when they can pick whatever they want they sell as a thing on their hood?
Is that Menards' choice?
I think so. Because it's always a Menards car and it's always a Menards thing. Maybe it's like who pays Menards.
Well,
But like it's hard for
I
me to
just thought that
imagine
was like a
Monster.
secondary sponsor.
No, I think it would be. It's hard. No, because he doesn't wear Monster on his thing, and he never drinks. Like in his interviews, he's never drinking a Monster.
is the 54 a monster car this week? Because I know the 45's not.
Yes,
I think
54.
so.
54 and the 35 are a Monster car.
Yeah, I think I saw that somewhere. It was like if
Maybe
Reddit
Monster
was
needed to
sponsored
fit
by
their-
Monster,
Yeah.
that we would have 4 Monster cars.
Monster needed to get their three car quota then.
Hard to tell if the 54 is anything when you never see it on TV because it's nowhere close to the front.
Haha, take that, Ed Lane. I
Sick.
drafted him and he sucks.
Same thing with the 35.
Well,
35's doing better than a 45. No, 54. What am I saying? 54 is now 16th, but
the
'cause he's on the
35 would be doing probably better than it is if it had Corey Hyman.
So
Didn't Steven have some stat? It was like the epitome of average for Herbst. He was 17th in the first 3 races. I feel like he said something like that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
finished 17th for the first 3 races.
he's
Steven
behind
Stump
it.
has all of the stats that you need to know ahead of this week's upcoming race. Here's Steven's sizzling stats.
You know, the funny thing is that those beeping noises that's not a computer. That's actually Steven talking. Like that's him thinking.
Yes.
That's
it is.
actually the
recorded
noise that occurs. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I'm so good at my job. I got him to record it one night for me.
Yeah.
Steven,
Genetic connection to R2D2.
Steven came and had lunch in Mooresville one day, and I introduced him to the Tim Richmond poster.
Oh,
Because
Did
we
you
went
not
to
know about it?
He didn't. We went to Lancaster's and
Oh,
it was like, so the
man.
poster's here, and he was like, "What poster?" And we're looking at the poster, and he was like,
Okay.
"What about it?" And I was like, "You."
oh my
don't
God! There's an
know."
actual I can't believe someone has it up.
Oh,
The
There's
actual-
3 of them in Mooresville. There's
Oh.
one at
McDowell
So-
blew an engine.
Five and then-
Not good. Oh,
Well,
definitely not good.
That's a
Well,
tire.
I was about to say 5. Oh, there it is. 5. I was about to say 5 in the top 10 are on the option tire, and there goes McDowell. I mean, he clearly was cheating something because the speed he had and how the fact he failed inspection twice. Maybe they
That looks
just
like a
they
tire
cheated too
issue.
much.
Another issue.
Well,
No,
here's the
tire went
here's the
down.
replay. We know Trey's going to see it in about 5 minutes since his
It's a good joke, Tom. Blame
streaming technology.
the Walt
Oh,
Disney
oh.
Corporation. It's a tire that went down, not an engine.
Yeah.
So now that adds more treat to the option tire.
Now I'm curious as to if
Do you switch off of it?
No, I was wondering if McDowell had an option, or since McDowell.
McDowell was on the option tire.
That's not what I was gonna say. I'm not talking about the tire anymore, Trey.
I'm tired of
I'm talking about his engine and Spire Motorsports. Like, I wonder if that's gonna affect the other Spire Motorsports cars. I wonder if they're.
But it wasn't an engine failure. It was a tire that went down.
Was it a tire?
Yes.
The right rear
Oh,
was
I-
like coming off. The
Oh well, now I feel so stupid now. Okay. All I saw was smoke billowing out of the car.
To answer y'all's question about the poster, yes, there's at least 3 up in Mooresville. There's one in Corinne's. There's one at Lancaster's. I cannot remember where the other one. I've seen all 3 because like local Mooresville stuff.
What is this, like a scavenger hunt? Like,
Yes, literally. There's at least 3 in Mooresville. I think there might be one at Big Al's.
And if
Maybe.
anybody wants to know what we're talking about, just Google it. Just
Google the Tim
You-
Richmond poster. You'll figure it out.
it will just say this. If you're just don't have your parents or anyone you would, anyone around you that this might be a solo search kind of thing.
So the best part was Steven didn't see it. So I had to show him and he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah."
The Tim Richmond poster.
You were like, see, this
Tom,
is
do you
why
know
it's
what we're talking
famous.
about? Tom, you know what we're talking about, right?
Kind of.
Oh gosh, we're gonna go down this rabbit hole on this stream. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm just gonna put it in the private.
Do I need to Google this quietly and
Yep.
then
No, I'm
show
just-
you guys my reaction? Tim Richmond poster.
Look up Tim Richmond.
Would be the
poster.
1987 Winston.
6 or 7.
I think it's the 1987 Winston poster. 86.
Tim Richmond, Neil Bonnet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
So I didn't know anything
Okay.
about it, and then Christopher Hardy made me listen to a week's worth
Yes.
of podcasts about it during Chili Bowl week.
Yes.
A week's worth of podcast?
He
on
found
just
like
that?
20 different podcasts about
He
this.
tried to do it to me too because he was
People
like,
people are doing podcasts on that?
yes.
So
I guess that's their kink.
I
Of
spent a week
podcasts.
with the man, and he would not let me drive the car or control the radio. So that's what we
Stereo.
listened to.
Yeah, I mean, that's Chris.
Yep, it was fun though. Until he got me with a joke, and
Dan, you can heckle us in this chat.
no, Dan.
Justin,
I love
thank you
Justin
for-
says no. Good job, Justin.
Wow.
Oh, no,
Thanks,
bless.
Justin.
Yeah.
My guy.
You guys should huckle Dan and huckle. You should heckle Dan instead.
Huckle. Go huckle Dan. See how he likes that.
Hey, look at all these cautions in a Phoenix race.
I've heard of laying it all out there, but my God, I love that comment. I love that comment. Yeah, we're just going to leave it there. We're going to leave it like that. The Tim Richmond 30 for 30 is one of the best NASCAR
Tim Richmond.
production level things ever made, in my opinion. I loved that 30 for 30. And it's too bad this generation coming up, Chase excluded, doesn't know enough about Tim Richmond. If Tim Richmond had lived, Tim Richmond would have taken at least 2 of Earnhardt's championships, maybe more. He was a really good.
It's so weird to think about because I think about that and him and Davey Allison both all the time. Like, how much different would NASCAR's history look?
I do remember one of the first memories of me, watching NASCAR as a little kid, was Davey Allison getting killed in the helicopter crash. And back then, you didn't have Twitter and you had ESPN as the breaking news. I just remember everybody praying and crying, and it was just a horrible, horrible, horrible thing because you lost Alan Kawicki and then you lost Davey in a 4-month stretch.
Yeah. James,
You know?
you're probably right. Tim Richmond probably is one of the top 5 drivers to never win a title. I think that's a pretty easy statement to make.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to gauge, right? Because he just got with Hendrick just when Hendrick was starting to get good, and then he got sick. He would have run away with the title if his second half of '86. If you look at that year, I'm sounding like Phil Alloway, but you look at the second half of '86 over a full season, he would have kicked Earnhardt's ass. It just took them a while to get going. But
Tim Richmond would have won the championship.
Jones. So bad pit stops for Legacy. Jones and Nemechek both got caught speeding.
Mm.
And
Respect, Dave, now.
it appears that all the guys who were on the Haley must have pitted. He's 14th.
Now, for those that don't know, the movie Days of Thunder is loosely based on the life of Tim Richmond. So
I would emphasize the word loosely. But yes.
I thought it was based on.
Here we go.
there are multiple scenes and stories and quotes in that movie are about it.
Specifically, the
inter-
sugar packet scene.
Someone interesting that's going to be on the option tires is Joey Logano.
So he's outside the top 20. I'm looking for him right now. Let me look at my.
He is 24th.
He's 24th. Yep.
I wish the
Really, only Katherine Legge is off the lead lap right now. Only 35 cars on the lead leg, and then of course McDowell.
Gosh, Michael McDowell.
Lane Smith is 13th. Trey,
Oh man,
please try to control yourself. So
The goal,
Spire.
folks, and I'm going to tease this, is Zane. I will interview Zane Smith in Martinsville.
So Haley's now the only one in the top 20 with the option tire, so he'll probably take the lead here.
Cindric. Well, we'll
I
see.
think
Now
Cindric-
this.
I think Cindric's back on the primary.
Okay. So Haley did
think.
option.
Yes, according to the Fox ticker, all I saw was Haley with the option.
Interesting. So Haley's just going to use his, unless he didn't. Well, no, he had a pit. He would have been first if he didn't pit. So he went option.
All of this.
So he's done. He's going to be in the hard tire the rest of the race.
You know who really
that's interesting.
That's
really.
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah, I saw. Oh no!
You're
I
behind
saw
me.
Kevin.
Big
I saw
jump
Kevin
behind
text
me.
us, and I was like,
Oh no! Oh no!
Still have
Lowski.
Trey has not seen it yet.
Oh,
Trey's not seen it yet.
Kevin and Danny are about to be.
Everything's
real busy.
fine, Trey. Nobody crashes.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
bet
hop
you-
off, do some reporting for a minute.
Oof.
Oh, go into the wall.
There we go.
We got Custard, Briscoe.
There goes Haley.
I haven't seen it all. Allmendinger's Keselowski.
So much for that whole Spire thing.
We got the 4 Hocevar. Oh, bye Carson Hocevar. Haley's right behind him. SVG got into it.
Basically, in like a
All right,
series.
this is not. Are we in the Twilight Zone? This feels like the Twilight Zone. The way this Phoenix race is gone.
Basically, in a matter of 10 laps, Spire's entire potential fell apart. That looks like that was Ty Gibbs' fault too.
That's a good point here by James. He said if you put yourself in the Hornet's nest, if you go to those option tires, you might be in the back with a better tire, but you could be in the Hornet's nest. That's a good point, James.
I'm watching. Tell me when you see the replay. It looks like Ty Gibbs just fails to. Briscoe jumped the 7. Never mind. I don't.
Should I call Ed Lane and be like, "Why is Ty Gibbs sucking?"
I don't know. I don't think that was actually Gibbs' fault. I don't know what happened there.
It just pinched. It looks like it's just kind of the way
Wait
that
till you see the trailing shot of them going away off of turn 4. That's you can really see a good view of it there.
This one.
I think so. It's like it's stationed in the middle of 3 and 4, and they're driving off. It looks like Briscoe just jumped the 7.
Well, ironic that Ty Gibbs is right there. So yeah, Briscoe into Haley, and that kind of causes everything. And SVG had nowhere to go. It looks like Brad almost got out of it, but SVG clips him. I think Austin Dillon just barely sneaks through. Hard hit
We're on
for
board
Custer.
with Dillon now. Oh no, Dillon's got big time.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I don't want to say racing deal, but like Briscoe doesn't change his line. It's like Briscoe's running his line, and then Haley ever so slightly drifts up there. I don't think Gibbs really has much to do with it. Like
it's just when it pinches. So it's the track.
Pros.
I'm trying to remember yesterday we had an instance of this where the track just pinch. It pinches coming out of that corner. That's where it gets tight.
Yeah,
and it's just
coming out of that corner. Yeah.
So,
Happened
so it's
last
when it
week.
pinched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, one of the 39 Monster Energy cars wrecked. Good one.
Yeah. So wow,
James
it looks
here,
like
Preece
we got- So
Yeah, it's a good point. Right here, James Preece easily could have ended up in that Stenhouse Custer caution, but suddenly his day is totally different. Did he? Okay.
yeah, that's
I
a
wasn't.
really,
We weren't.
really good point.
We
I don't know if
weren't.
y'all
I
saw
wasn't
that,
sure if
but-
Preece pitted. Did he pit after the first caution or the second caution? I wasn't sure. So
I don't know if y'all saw that replay just now, but like Hocevar hit that wall hard. Like he got
So did Custer.
creamed. Yeah.
I mean, look,
in update.
Aaron Jones signed with the Vikings.
Oh,
Doesn't concern me. Go Birds.
looks like Herbst, Hocevar, Briscoe, Haley. Those are the guys that are not going to be recovering from this. Like, I don't know if they're going to be out, but those are the 4 that.
I think Dillon's a good shot too.
Yeah. I mean, we just here's the other thing. We just don't know anymore, which is like this new world, how it used to be, because you can go back and fix damage. You're not necessarily out of the race anymore. You can fix it and come back out if you want.
Which I think is
So it'd be interesting, especially in Briscoe's case. Do you do it for points? Because, he's probably going to be a bubble guy if he doesn't win. Do you come back out? So they're saying Keselowski, Hocevar, Herbst, Haley, Briscoe, Custer, SVG, and Austin Dillon. 8 cars.
Yeah, 8 cars total.
Yep. Not really anybody thought was going to be a race winner in there, but like.
I mean, with the way the option tire is going right now, I mean, I think anybody's like, I think as my Twitter updates before I can even read it. Hocevar was running pretty well. I mean, I know he started pretty far up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like at this point, I mean, it's kind of a shame if anybody gets out because you never really know with this option tire. I don't really know what's going to happen at the end of it.
What I think this is doing is it in front of us. Yes, it looks like all these guys that are going on the option tire are benefiting and gaining track position, but really they're being hurt in the long run because they're not quite breaking into the front few guys. And those guys, by all these short runs, are just getting to save their option tires for the end if they want to. Because they haven't really been tested at the front by multiple cars. Like they maybe lost 1 or 2 spots to guys on option tires, but they haven't lost like a ton of positions. So they're just retaining their tires.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of Briscoe's season so far. It's just been all over the map. He gets penalized the points, he gets the penalty back, wins the pole for the Daytona 500, ends up 4th in that race, but isn't really a contender in that race. Now I wouldn't say he causes the wreck here. Like he's been up and down, with the team that didn't win with Truex last year. That was probably one of the weaker of the Gibbs team. So yeah, it's just been an interesting start for him. It's been a lot more drama than I think he's probably wanted, even with the pole.
I kind of expected that. Like he is. Sometimes I feel like he creates some of his own chaos.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that hot of a take. And I think it'll be mid-season before he really finds any.
Don't ever watch this podcast that's on the screen. The other version of it is way better.
It's crazy because it's like, talk about religious, like everybody says he's the second coming. He's going to be this generational talent, right? And like, he's in good equipment now, but like you said, it takes a little while. The crazy thing about this playoff system, you could win 1 week and be terrible the rest of the year and still make the playoffs. So
Joey Logano.
I just saw that angle of the Hocevar hit the wall so hard that it squeezed the passenger glass out of the car.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like the windows blew off. He got hit pretty hard.
That wall has seen some killer hits over the years, whether it was turn 4 or turn 2 now. It's looks like Briscoe.
And he got pinched. Like he hit and then Briscoe came in and hit him again.
Yeah.
And,
no, sorry, go ahead.
And then he hit driver's side on the inside wall.
Well, I was just going to say, like, everybody talks about Dover and how, like, Dover used to be this racetrack where wreck happened coming off turn 2. Half the field would get into it. You really would struggle to avoid shit. I feel like Phoenix is like that now a little bit more, where if you have a wreck at the right time, coming off the tight turn, like turn 2 like that, you're in trouble. It's really hard to avoid stuff.
I'd say probably Phoenix turn 2, Darlington turn 2, and Dover turn 2 are the 3 places that come to mind as you don't have anywhere to go.
I like that.
The 4 suffered a broken toe link, and the crew is working on it. So that's for update about Gregson.
Oh,
hey,
James.
You're right. She's not going to finish.
Doing what she's got to do, keeping her nose clean.
Oh, man.
She's not going to finish last.
I shouldn't be laughing because where is she right now? She's 28th. Oh, she's 28th.
Just needs that to happen one more time.
You know what? You know what else? I don't think she's gotten on the option tire yet.
Ooh.
But listen, there's something to be said for like
I bet they
getting all the
don't
laps in.
save money.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, her goal should be to just run all the laps.
Yeah.
She's on the lead lap, isn't she?
I think she
Yes.
is.
No, she's
Yeah.
because she got the lucky. No,
Oh,
maybe she might be the lucky dog here.
No,
Or
she
got
is
one of her
lap.
laps back.
Yeah,
Might-
I don't know if she's the free pass.
the old NASCAR app says she's one down, so we'll see if it's right.
Yeah, the leaderboard I've got right now says that she's one down also, but then again, like maybe she got the free pass and she just hasn't done it yet.
I'm not going to display your comment, Justin, but I did get a chuckle. I was going to ask you, does anybody watch Farmer Wants a Wife? Because the promo just ran.
All I get is the same 3 ads since I'm watching on the Fox Sports app.
Milo's.
I've gotten Target, Big East basketball. That's about it.
Big East basketball is always good.
Big East basketball is always good. You know why? Because the 2-time defending champion Huskies are in it.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, but the Johnnies are going to win it.
I don't want to talk about college basketball.
I do. Go Gators.
Did you go? Where'd you go to school, Chase?
Brother, I'm like not even graduated from college yet.
You're in community college, right?
I'm actually 2 days ago I got accepted to App. So
Oh,
Yeah,
App
he's
State.
going to App State.
You're gonna be I know someone who went to App State, and they live in Asheville now, and they have had to recover from obviously the hurricane. So.
I know a lot of people that have had to recover from the hurricane.
Covered from the hurricane. I was going to say, it's not just a few.
Not just
A lot
them.
of friends.
I want to be clear.
people I
Wait,
care
thank
about.
you for making me sound so bad. But I was just being clear. Like I know someone who was affected by it. That's all I was trying to say.
Sore subject, but
So
All right.
all 3
So-
Spire cars got involved,
well,
or no,
McDowell
2 of them, and then no, he didn't blow an engine. He just blew a tire.
Yeah.
Well, from this wreck, Gregson, SVG, Custer, Keselowski, Haley, Briscoe, Hocevar, they're all either behind the wall or many, many laps down.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's a high casualty rate for a short track wreck.
and
7
and
cars.
I will say this.
He called it a short track.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, a 1 mile track.
It's a short track.
The toe link broke on the 4, and they're trying to fix it.
Well, this is fun.
Did they pit again?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Because now Bell is in the lead.
I was gonna say I don't know if it's the right form of entertainment, but this has been more entertaining than I thought it would be.
Bell just took the lead. I guess on the
Restart.
restart.
James or Justin.
It was who was it? Justin Allgaier yesterday was like complaining about how every time the trucks blow the marbles off the track, like it removes all the grip, like because it's getting rid of all the rubber. He was complaining about that right before the restart.
There's Riley Herbst. This is the first time 5 cautions have occurred in the first 100 laps of a Cup race at Phoenix. Hashtag
Wow.
StatDad.
That's a good stat.
Boom!
Yeah, Steven. Where was that one at?
Because I bring the boom.
Steven's too busy doing his director job.
Steven's with Massey right now. Steven, Massey, and Adam are all watching the race together. Surprised they're not in the chat. Yeah.
Where are they?
And Massey's. They're in Virginia.
Oh,
Why is
okay.
Steven
Yeah,
in Richmond.
Thanks for the invite, I guess.
Yeah, gosh. Took him a quick
Why?
stroll to Richmond.
Why is Steven in Richmond? That's what I want to know.
I mean, It's not that far from Charlotte. Like, what's the drive from Charlotte to Richmond, Chase? It's like, what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
4.5.
4.5. You know?
Depends on the
Steven
time
just-
of day.
Yeah.
Definitely depends on the time of day, but about 4.5.
Stephen just wanted to see another part of the country. There's nothing wrong with that.
There is. There is
The
something
hardest,
wrong with
the hardest
I
part of
love
that
Richmond.
You should be
drive.
quarantined in North
locked in.
Carolina every
We should
time
be
they're
locked
like-
in at his desk like I am, Tom.
The hardest part of that drive
Right
is
now.
getting like the first hour out of Charlotte. Like, I hate that place so much. I don't live in Charlotte. I live outside of Charlotte. I don't claim that place.
By the way, all this talk about Christopher Bell in the chat, you know what's interesting? Like, and I think it hurts NASCAR. Like, so every year it's usually like we have a different group of people up front, like, or we used to have that 10, 11 years ago. Like, top 4 in points right now, if season ended today: Byron, Reddick, Blaney, Bell. 3 of the championship 4, and the guy that just missed out on the championship 4. You know, Logano is the only one that's not in there. So there's not
Hocevar
really
is not in there.
Yeah. I mean, there
What'd
is
you
a
say,
little bit
Trey?
of same old, same old.
Hocevar is out of the care center.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Trey, are you listening to the scanner? How did you know that?
I have this beautiful app. Well, it's not great anymore,
Okay,
but
you could
It's
have
a
just said
beautiful
Twitter.
app.
You could have just said Twitter. That's it.
sorry, I just am
We're
annoyed by
back
all
green, by the way, but
these stupid ad. No, we're not. Stupid ads that I see now.
I forgot I have that app, honestly.
So it appears that Joey Logano is the only car on the option tire right now. He's 17th.
got a ways to go. Wow, Bell got a nice bump.
Oh, I wasn't even watching. I'm scrolling that app y'all were talking about.
You're way ahead, Tom. They're talking to Hocevar, right? Oh, well.
Oh, Lord, Trey.
Well, that again because you're stuck in like 1995 land.
No,
when
what
it comes to
happened
tuning.
is I just Cody Ware is also on the option tire. Get excited. My TV was delayed. Like I think there was a point where it got not
gosh.
paused, but like delayed. So if I hit the watch live button, I'm caught up a little bit.
Larson, Hamlin, and Chastain were 3 wide. You want to talk about a perfect storm of I'm not giving you any room. That easily could have been a wreck.
Oh,
what
look at
Fox is
Logano
doing-
just drive right through. I mean,
What Fox
Logano
is doing
just-
with Logano right now in the ticker, that's what they need to be doing with every single person who gets the option tire.
All right,
+1.
so Logano, I just saw the 2 and the 45 past the start finish line. That's where I'm at.
You're not. You're
I
not
caught up. I caught up a little bit.
Trey,
Oh,
Trey,
Cindric
I
is
don't
no
wanna-
longer on the option.
It's
What's that?
Logano and Cody Ware.
Oh,
but
hell yeah. Cody Ware, drive through the field. Here it comes.
My TV was like sometimes on Hulu they want to keep the quality, so they'll pause it and then reload it and then just go from the same spot. So it put me like 30 seconds behind, even more. So all I had to do was hit watch live and it jumped me ahead.
Has Suarez gone on the option tire yet?
Yes. He
I
was
don't-
on that
Yes.
he was in that last
He
big
was in
group
that green flag, small green
with
flag.
Cindric,
Right.
Cindric
Okay.
and them, and then they all pitted, and I think Suarez got ahead of Cindric in the pits. Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
I want to give a shout out to our buddy Aaron Bearden, who said that was the biggest wreck we've seen in Phoenix since the Cardinals season ended.
Yeah, I did like that. I did like that a lot.
Pretty good.
shout out to Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
So,
shout out to that guy.
Dylan and McDowell clear DVP.
I'm not a Jonathan Gannon fan anymore, Trey. I mean, he abandoned
I think
me.
It never was.
Tom,
Yeah.
I don't think any Eagles fan was a Jonathan Gannon fan, especially after that Super Bowl.
That Super
Considering
Bowl,
Bro
yeah.
just like mailed in his job. before
Compare-
the Super
Let's
Bowl.
compare.
Yep.
Let's compare Super Bowl defensive performance. Granted, I think this defense the Eagles had, and I know we're talking about football right now, is immensely more talented than the defense Jonathan Gannon had. But you get cooked on the same exact play in back-to-back drives. then yeah, you're mailing it in.
He just completely didn't adjust at halftime. This was bound to happen. The official Frontstretch Eagles fan club is all in this.
That's right. The official Frontstretch Eagles fan club is all
All right,
here.
Dalton.
You know,
The
we need to
official-
represent
wait a
green
minute.
because every green card today has sucked. So we need to make
Well,
sure that green still.
I got our Lord and Savior Jason Kelsey right above us, but
There you go.
it's not just official
I
Eagles
like the
fan,
Eagles.
Frontstretch Eagles fan club. It's official Frontstretch Super Bowl champion
There you go.
Eagles fan club.
Talk to him,
Liking
Trey.
that.
Tell him.
I like the Eagles. I mean, I'm not a part of their fan club, but I like them.
You root for Duval.
I wonder if our sponsor, My Place Hotels, would allow us to just randomly leave like a little Eagles banner in front of our suite.
Well, My Place Hotels isn't sponsoring this, so we're good.
Yes, but we could still mention some of the people that sponsored us.
Yes. I will add this about the Eagles, that if they win a Super Bowl again, I might have to visit I might just need to check myself into the hospital instantly because I've been sick for a week after both times they won the Super Bowl.
Every time, yep.
And it got worse. Like first time it was bad, and then this last time it was really bad. So
Which, yeah, you're not the only person in my life. I mean, that's the whole thing. Because you went to the parade and it's like flu season, right? There were a lot
I
of
didn't
people
go
that
to
went
the
to the
parade.
parade and then well, no, I'm not saying you. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Oh.
Like people went to the parade, like spread the flu everywhere. And then a lot of people ended up sick after the parade.
Man,
Partying has its consequences.
how
when
are
I
those
did a
people-
live show and a happy hour on the flu. Take that, Jordan. I did two things on the flu. You only did one.
I
I think I'm gonna spoil this stage. It's about to be won by Joey Logano.
Actually, it's about to be won by Cody Ware. So
He's gonna catch up to
Cody
Joey
Ware in the
Logano.
top 20. Good for Cody.
here he
He's on-
comes. Oh
he's
man, he's at the 19th. Joey Logano is not racing up to the front to get the lead. He's racing to the front to try to get away from
let-
Cody Ware.
No, he's gonna block all the cars so Cody Ware can just sneak on by.
All right. I'm more and more with you, by the way, Dalton, as this race goes on, because I'm going through all of NASCAR's shit, like all of the stuff that we get as reporters that sometimes, we have a little bit of a leg up because of all their extra feeds. There's nowhere that you can see who's on what tire.
Yes.
They didn't add that technology anywhere.
That's what
Fox
I'm
kind of
saying.
doing it, but you're going to be adding the option tire. Can you put a feed somewhere just showing
Yeah.
what tires these guys are on?
See, but
How-
I mean, because you made the point earlier where it's like this is a relatively new thing. I mean, I know they did this with like what
And
2
this is
races
Fox's-
last year.
Yeah, and they were both NBC. So this is Fox's first time at it.
Well, I think we're talking more
Well, I mean, it's
about
not just
NASCAR.
Fox either.
Yeah,
NASCAR
it's
can
not
do
just
it, right?
it's
Like,
not
race
just
was on
Fox. Like
You're right.
like NASCAR needs to be able to provide that information as well, because I don't know if Tom's using it, but I'm using their media center website, and they don't have that kind of data anywhere.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. They don't.
So I
use the
as a reporter
official-
need to see that.
Yeah. So I use NASCAR's timing and scoring. So like for people that are listening that are just kind of hearing us bullshit, first of all, thank you for being here. I can't believe that people actually want to listen to us bullshit. But like the official timing and scoring is something that we can have access to. So that's what I like the most. I always do the lap by lap rundown because it tells me I can go back to a specific lap. Like right now I'm looking lap 126 and then it just lists all the different positions from every lap.
I do
But there's
that too,
nothing there.
Bobby.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to use all the different tools. But like none of the feeds, I just went through all 6 feeds. There's nothing there, for tires. CW would have figured out how to display the option tire. Then they cut to a Hawks game.
Yeah, I will say this. That affiliate gets way more money from airing that Hawks game than they would the race, because the race is like, it's like to them, to the affiliate, it's the same thing as them running. I don't know, the ad buys would be a little bit different. And there's them running like Young
Yeah.
Sheldon. So the NBA, it's the NBA, but 2, it's not like it's on CW. You can't get mad at CW. You have to it's your local news station doing that, and they probably have a contract with the Hawks where it's like it's a hard out. Like for us, and this is a broadcast, like for our radio station, our top priority is airing Virginia Tech football and Virginia Tech basketball. So, for example, we were airing the start of, believe it was Arkansas, Missouri yesterday. I can look it up. It would insert college basketball game yesterday. We were airing the start of it, and we had a Tech game at 5:30. Actually, it was Arizona, Kansas. But at 5, that game started at like 4:15 was the airtime. But at 5:30, we had to switch to Virginia Tech basketball. Like, that's the way the contract works. So they probably have a contract where no matter what, at this time, we have to change to it. It's just bad timing. You can't really get too mad. That's welcome to the inside of broadcast television.
I just want to point out
Very
that,
well said.
Cody Ware.
That proves this option tire is faster.
Well, no, he's up to 21st, and he was and he's kind of been sitting there, is what I was about to say. Like, he's been kind of sitting around 20th, 21st for the last 10 laps or so.
James is right. The CW does need to figure out how to get the races on their app or something so people can still watch them.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, I have YouTube TV. I'm able to watch it, but like last year, I remember their first race on CW. I tried to watch on my Roku, and I was very frustrated to find that I could not find it anywhere. So I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of like the only way I'm able to watch races. So, and then my girlfriend even I don't even know. She still might not be able to watch them because she doesn't have CW. So, or she doesn't. She has the app, but they don't show it live stream. She doesn't have any kind of cable or anything like that.
Yeah, this has always been a problem with the CW. The Live series, when they had Live Golf Series, I think there was this famous thing that went viral where they were about to go to a playoff for the fourth round of the golf tournament, and then they cut it off because they had to go to affiliate programming and they had to go to local news and shit like that, and they just stopped and didn't broadcast the rest of the golf tournament. Couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah. So I wonder if they'll local affiliate. The CW is typically the second of the local affiliate. Like in Richmond, it's NBC and CW, or actually it's all three. They have Fox too, actually. But here in Roanoke, shout out to Roanoke, WFXR is the Fox station. They have the CW as well, and so it's interesting to see there's also other channels that they can get if you use the the bunny ears that they could probably put the race onto, but they would have to warn the person hey at 5:05 we're flipping it no matter what.
But that's to your kind of what you were just saying, Trey, talking about the bunny ears. I feel like that's the number one argument I keep hearing is, oh, well, it's publicly available to everybody. And it's well, actually, it's
no, but
not.
I get some people can't get the signal. It's you have to have if you're X miles away from.
I was just bringing up a different point. What you were saying, they're gonna have to switch it over regardless. But I was bringing up a different point where I keep hearing that argument of, oh, well, CW's open to everybody, and it's
I get it.
It's not really. I agree.
It has. Here's the thing. Yes, I agree. It should be on the app, and it's also good. I think the CW is good because no matter what, it still has even if it can't, the quote unquote signal can't reach everybody. As someone I work at a radio station, we have a radio signal. Well, some places of Lynchburg don't get our signal as well as other places, and we're still a Lynchburg station. The CW station in Roanoke can get So, I'm luckily have Hulu, but that's why.
Yeah, there's just still all these. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trey.
Despite the issues, the CW still has access to way more TVs than whatever they were going to get from Fox or NBC or USA Network. Still has, in terms of just TV access, it still has a lot, which is a good thing. It's just they're gonna. Over this next period, they just need to correct a couple issues, and I think they'll be okay.
I just don't understand
What's up,
why
Nick?
they don't have that live stream on their app. I mean, who was it? We just saw the comment a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, James, this could all be avoided if they just had a live stream on their site or app. It's if this is a publicly available broadcast,
and you're not supposed to be charging anything, then why is it not available in your app, like on the get-go?
By the way, us doing a great job. Joey Logano now leads by 2 seconds on the option.
Well,
tire.
that's probably why we're not talking about it, because he's.
But again, it's not for everybody. Like Cody Ware is now back down to 25th. Like he's
That
struggling.
might be a
Yeah.
That might be
I would
a
argue that's
personal problem.
That's interesting.
be
There
a
must
Cody
be a
Ware thing.
mechanical issue.
Yeah,
or something.
I mean,
Hey,
Yeah.
you know who's maintaining in the top 10, Dalton?
He's not in
Zane
the top 10.
Smith.
Not
Zane
Zane.
Smith
I'm in
is not in
top
the
20.
top 10.
Top 20. I meant top 20. He's
Oh.
maintaining a
He's
top
at
20.
17.
Oh, okay, I didn't say anything about Zane Smith.
Ryan Preece is maintaining in the top 10.
He is.
Yeah.
Where is Smith right now?
17.
And actually, Daniel Suarez, well, he might be about to get past
Suarez. Well, Suarez and Cindric both. I mean, it's kind of interesting that they're up there in the top 5. Like Preece has kind of fallen a little bit, but Cindric and Suarez are able to maintain at the moment.
Kyle
So I
Busch has
think-
been in 11th for like an
Oh, I
hour.
want to hear what Briscoe has to say.
Wow.
I can't hear him, so what'd he say?
That was about the biggest you could crash at Phoenix. Taking responsibility.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't really his fault, though.
Just a racetrack issue.
Yeah.
And I thought Haley slid up more than he came down, but I guess it's probably just.
I mean,
it's
I know.
probably just the principle of just taking responsibility.
I know it feels like a cop out, but you could just say like it's just one of those racing deals because I mean you're 4 wide and the track narrows suddenly. Like, you know, you have like a split second to decide what you're going to do there. But yeah, I guess he did kind of send it in.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
like,
I would argue that.
there.
Like, yeah, I mean, I consider it a racing deal. I mean, technically, I guess it's Preece's fault, but like, I wouldn't say that it's like, oh my God, he did something horrible. Like, it's just the way that the racetrack is.
Yeah.
So it seems like to me, at least so far. So I think what we're seeing from Logano is what we'd probably see from Cindric if it stayed green, where he was on that option tire and he's quickly moving through the field. Then the caution came out for McDowell. But I think the idea is so far earlier in this race, we'll see what happens at the end. I think it's going to be the second to last stint when they're hurt is if you're in the back, put the option tire on and just get as much track position as you can. And then when you switch, hope a caution or the end of the stage comes out, hope you get a caution and then just try to maintain till that last stint where you can get back on the option tire and be even with everyone. Someone's dying in your house, Chase?
My sister.
Chase, could you please tell her to stop coughing? Okay, you're being broadcasted to the world right now.
Huh. Chase, Chase, come on.
It's like Will Ferrell in The Wedding Crashers. Ma, meatloaf.
Mom, more Hot Pockets.
Listen,
It's okay. Now the racing guru, my brother, has entered the room. So if you want to hear horrible 12-year-old NASCAR takes, we'll just have him.
Bring them on. Let's do this.
kids watch party. That could be in our future 2026
Kids, why-
Frontstretch
you wanna
kids
be more
watch
of a
Let's
party.
kid-
not phrase it
party?
that way. That seems weird.
No.
Wait, we got
Wait a minute. Let's not call it that.
Okay. All right. We can call it something.
youth NASCAR watch party.
That's better. Youth NASCAR watch party.
I'll let you say hi. if you
Tom's
wanna
like,
say-
let's start watching some kids.
No. Stop it. You are taking my words and you are absolutely twisting
boy.
them
Okay.
completely
All right.
differently.
Wow,
than how
guys,
it's
look,
said.
Logano is
get
ahead by 2.5 seconds.
So
What do you
So
think
here's-
about that?
So we're gonna see when this levels off. Oh, now Chase is explaining it to him. Chase is dumb. Don't listen to him. We'll see. So it looks like Bell is now gaining back on Logano, so we'll see if he starts to fade here.
But by the way, like we're talking about all this other shit, that's because Bell is the only car within 7 seconds of Logano, 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's Phoenix for you. But you know,
112.
everybody is always anti Logano, and I know he's not the most popular guy, and I know the championship has caused all this controversy about our playoff system. But these guys know how to work the system. You cannot win the championship if you're not good here. So who cares if you're good at half the other racetracks if you know how to win at 2 or 3 tracks in the playoffs and you know how to win here? Because it's all about getting to Phoenix and winning if you want to win the championship.
So
and this is what Logano does.
We're now hitting the 40 lap mark where roughly we're started to level off. And Bell is now starting to catch Logano. So
he is.
Nobody else really is, though.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, so maybe Bell catches him, but he's still a second at the end of the stage, and he's only used what, 1 option tire? So he's still got 1 other set.
Bell has 2.
Bell has
Logano
2,
has
and
1.
Logano
Anyone
has 1.
who's at this point, anyone up front who's used it's going to be like Suarez. This is like Logano's using the Suarez strategy from Richmond, where it's your hope is it runs green at the end, and you kind of have to hold on, but it'll be so spread out that you'll be fine. You won't lose as much track position.
Cody Ware.
Yeah, but in 33 laps, is he really going to lose 7.7 seconds to Byron? He'll probably lose the lead to Bell, and then that's it. It was a great strategy to get him back up there.
We'll see. It seems that it's leveling off.
And he's still on the option tire, and he's a 1 lap down.
So,
Cody Ware Masterclass. Off the top of my head, the cars in the top 10 that still have 2 of them left are Bell, Byron, Blaney, Reddick, Larson, Hamlin, I think.
Yes. But I'll say this. Bell is now running faster just by a little bit of Logano. So it's starting to go the other way. Whereas we had that 3 tenths gap or whatever.
Well, it's a good thing. It needs to switch back eventually, or there needs to be some kind of penalty.
You need to pay the piper, which
the
again,
Penske cars are trying to wreck each other. Oh Lord.
Well, again, Logano, this is what Suarez did at Richmond, where he started mid-pack in the second stage, used the option tire, won the stage.
Oh no, McDowell off the pace again.
Oh, that's gonna ruin it.
Spire today.
Yeah.
PSG
30th, 34th, 36th.
After starting all three in the top 10. Well,
top 10.
Technically, McDowell
Is
did.
it another
That's gonna be
tire?
Yeah. I don't think it is. I think he's going to get
It
there.
is. It's a flat tire.
Yeah.
Please don't be yellow.
I think he's going to make it.
I think he's going to make it. I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't see
It's
a
the
caution
great
coming
James
here.
Essex says, PSG, please say.
Oh, no. Now he's down on the apron and he missed pit road. So maybe there will be a caution. I don't know.
How are you ahead of me?
Yes. Thomas is ahead.
This is what I hate about sports in 2025. Like, nobody can be watching at the same time. Everybody's got like a different feed at a different time.
James, I think Cody Ware just has a skill issue.
Yeah. By the way, something else that I think we should mention reporting-wise that I was interested in was not a single car is getting fixed from that wreck. Like, SVG is out, Keselowski's out, Custer's out. They're all out. And I was surprised by that because, now with this new policy, you can come out with like a junk car and gain a couple spots. Somebody like, I'm not saying Briscoe's car was fixable. He comes out, he gains like 5 points.
Excuse me.
Wait, what were you saying, Trey?
McDowell
made pit road.
Oh, McDowell made pit road.
I got this. I'm a good point guard.
Mm-hmm.
That means Tom will probably trade me for a really old man and, who gets hurt all the time. If you
trade you for Jerry Jordan and a player to be named later.
No, in a first round pick. Because I'm clearly front stretch is Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also will. No, I don't smoke, but I do. I do have a dad bod, and drink beer.
I'm looking to see if there's anybody that surprised me in the top 15. Not really.
So it appears the same thing that happened to McDowell happened again with this tire. So the good sign
Might
is it's
be.
not an tire issue; it's a McDowell issue.
It's a car issue. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I mean, Preece has fallen quite a bit. I mean, I guess he's running better than what he was going to be.
Has Bubba used the option tires yet? We just got that question. I would say
No.
I'm pretty sure
don't think
he
he
hasn't,
has.
right? He's still got both sets.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
Which-
think he has.
I
So
wish there was a chart.
the other thing that we should mention is that Legacy never really recovered from the speeding penalty. They're 21st and 22nd. So that did not work well for them. A couple of smaller teams in Legacy and Spire ended up
Shout-
with terrible days.
Yeah, Spire just tweeted, "We're straight up not having a good time."
They're
At
straight up not having a good
least they're being honest about it. Yeah.
Another stat: today marks the third time in 4 races this season Brad Keselowski will finish outside the top 25.
Oof. That's
Jonathan
Berry.
Field said, in terms of cars recorded as involved, this wreck earlier was the largest at Phoenix since February 2011.
Wasn't February 2011. I was gonna ask about the one. I think it was 2012 on the last lap. That was a lot of cars too.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a
The
big
one
wreck too.
that Danica arguably caused.
arguably.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. Why not? She caused it. I mean,
blowing up. Let me
wasn't
run.
there like she like dropped oil like all over the front stretch or something.
She was blowing up for like a lap and just continued.
Yeah,
on
and just
into it.
continued. Yeah, just stayed on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, the number 10 car did a lot of dumb things at the end of 2012. Was it 2012 at Martinsville when David Rudiman stayed out even though he was like he had to go to pit road and he just decided to stay out anyway, and he just stalled out on the front stretch.
Oh, I know what you're
You know what I'm
talking about.
talking about? That
either-
was the beginning. That was the beginning of the year. That was the spring race at Martinsville.
I think that was 11. Because I think Haas had like the 10.
Well, what's wrong?
12.
Oh, what did Kevin do?
Kevin Harvick? He's not racing, Dalton. He's in the broadcast booth. Oh,
I'm very clearly not talking about Kevin Harvick.
I'm just messing with you. Bell is now less than a second. That happened quick. This just flipped quick. What's Larry Max saying, Tom? I can't hear him because of my headphones. Did you
I was
hear?
looking at something else.
Okay, never mind then. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Bell is now 3. Now, so it's flipped. It's essentially, it's like a 10th.
So 19 laps to go. So at 35 to go, Byron was 7.7 back. He's now 6 seconds back of Logano. So
And
there's
he's
just
running-
no way in less than 20 laps he's going to lose.
Well, no, he's
Seconds.
running 4/10 faster than, or about 3. So it's now flipped. So it seems you're 3/10 faster, and then it flips at some point to 3/10 the other way.
Yeah, but even 3/10, like Byron's not gonna catch Logano. It's just gonna be Bell.
Well,
Bell
here's
is
the
gonna
thing.
pass Logano.
Wait,
and that's
but
it.
here's the thing, Tom. Joey cannot get by this lap traffic. So if he can't pass these 2 cars in front, he can't pass Jones and Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, but he
then-
just did.
Spoiler.
I
I think
Sorry. Dad and I were talking about the boat. My bad.
the boat.
The boat.
Oh, did you see my last tweet?
No. What?
Just it's in the private chat. Just click it. It's for you.
Ah.
Yeah, so this is the part. This is kind of what this is the part of the Phoenix race I was expecting was when none of us are just
Leave me
kinda
alone, Trey. Leave me alone.
laid back and none of us really know
My school's
really know what
worse.
to talk about right now because the field is spread out.
exactly. I mean, this is Phoenix in a nutshell.
Yeah, but Bell is getting there. Now it's back over a second. But that's
So we now only have 19 cars in the lead lap.
So I'm going to
the current
introduce.
top 5 is the
So
championship 4 from November, and Bell, who thinks he should have been in the championship 4. I think that's interesting. So again, nothing's really changed at Phoenix up front.
I mean, Reddick's running better than he did in that race because he was barely.
I was going to say
Just
if
barely in the top
Logano wasn't on the option tire, he wouldn't be up there. But also, you could say if he didn't get that BS penalty, he wouldn't be up there. Which the way the the penalty is going to haunt him is at the end of this race where all these guys are on the option and he's on the primary and he's screwed.
Trey, I just want to point out Zane Smith is the only Front Row Motorsports car still on the lead lap. So how about that? Although he is in danger.
It's not going to be much longer, I was going to say, but
yeah, he is in danger. If he can stay in front of Joey, he might have a chance.
Honestly, I actually think Logano might win the stage. At first, I thought that Bell was going to automatically catch him. I don't know.
He's actually pulled away a little bit now. He's
I think Bell had to clear the lap traffic. We'll see now.
So I will introduce this topic to you guys because it's being talked about in my group chat that I have next to me. One of my friends said all they did was build a faster tire. It doesn't wear any more than the other one does.
I think I would disagree because Logano's wearing.
I would disagree because Bell is reeling Logano in.
Yeah,
it took a while.
Byron's even closing the gap now. Like he was 7 seconds back. Now he's only 5.5 back. Like it very obviously does not. I wish it would wear faster. I agree, but I don't think
it should be like 35 laps, not 50.
Yeah, I think that it still wears faster than the primary.
I still just wish this car didn't have as much mechanical grip as it does, but maybe that's because I'm wearing a Snowball Derby shirt.
Bell's now closed this gap pretty quick.
Did Goodyear ever come out and say why we're not just using the Bristol tire from last year?
Because they can't replicate it. That's why.
Yeah.
So they just that is so odd to me how they didn't have. They
can't figure out how to replicate. Like,
can't figure out how they did it. They just
because according to them, they brought the exact same tire to the night race, and we all knew. Well, at least I knew, and I told all my buddies when we went because they were all like, "Oh gosh, is this going to be like the spring race?" And I was like, "No, it's going to look like last year's night race," and it did.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have any clue.
I think it was the unique circumstances of basically it was so cold and so cloudy that the track had no heat and it just wore the tire.
If it had heat, wouldn't it wear faster then?
But the track didn't take the rubber.
It couldn't take rubber.
It couldn't take. It was so cold. It couldn't take rubber.
It was cold. Believe me, it was.
Yeah.
It was cold.
So if we need to. Okay, so the fact that it was cold.
So we need a race on ice rinks.
But that was such a huge difference than what. I just can't believe that's all it was. Like
I don't think that's all it was. I think there was a mistake somewhere.
I think somebody peed in the tire compound. And that is why.
I mean, that's
ominous Goodyear blimp shadow.
I just
you guys see that?
The first stage of that race is sitting there on the
I love that.
not knowing what was happening.
There it is. Goodyear blimp shot.
Make a meme of that.
Here we go. Bell on the inside.
Got it.
Logano on the outside.
There it is. Wow, incredible racing here at Phoenix Raceway.
Logano.
Honestly,
we had a pass. We had a pass. Celebrate.
New leader.
Yep. If I'm Logano and I'm Paul, I'm thrilled as to how this worked out.
This is what makes this team so good. And it's why they've won 3 championships. And you could love or hate them. And I think honestly here at Frontstretch as a whole, and especially Happy Hour, because as the podcast I'm part of, we've had a fair discussion about Joey Logano and the championships. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. But the best skill I think that Joey Logano and Paul Wolf have is they execute at a level that is elite. Like I think Joey Logano obviously has elite talent. He wouldn't have gotten he wouldn't have been in a Joe Gibbs car at 18 years old. But his best skill is, all right, Paul, tell me what to do, and I will execute it perfectly. And there are some, and that's what he's really good at. Like, give him the weird strategy, and it's like it's going to get you in the lead. Execute it, and he executes.
I think Logano's best talent is being a good race car driver.
That's an astute observation.
You're a smart
Yep.
guy, Dalton.
That was my very astute and well thought out analyzation.
Justin,
You guys are shocked to know.
Follow
Justin, I
Dalton
hope you're still
Hopkins
here,
and
Kyle.
Lane
They're showing
CPT.
Kyle Busch.
Follow Dalton at Pit Lane CPT for more hot takes.
You guys
Yeah.
would be absolutely shocked to know that the other biggest mover in the top 10 that is Ryan Blaney. So I cannot believe it.
I think Ryan Blaney's best talent is that he is also a very good race car driver.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, again, I understand that people hate how Logano won this, but this is the playoff system. You don't have to be consistent anymore, and you
Hate the player. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
But
the game.
I remember when Jimmy Johnson was spanking everybody, that was their argument. That was the argument back then. It was that, he's just only good at these tracks that are part of the chase. It's like, well,
That was a dumber argument because there was a more versatile track set, I guess. Like there was more tracks he had to be good at than just one.
you could say the same thing about, but you still got to be good at tracks in the playoffs.
I just wish that they would at least make the final round 3 races. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, no, I agree.
I think that would
100%
be
agree.
like if they just took the final 4 and just did a points reset. That's actually kind of what not to go all dirt nerd on you guys, but the Lucas Oil late model series, one of the super late model national tours. That's what they do is they cut it down to their final 4, and then it's just like a points reset and a points battle over the final 5 or 6 races, I think it is. So, and it produced a really compelling championship last year. If NASCAR did that, I think it would add. They could draw out the championship hype for 3 races instead of 1. I think it would maybe produce a more, at least in my opinion, legitimate champion.
Well, here's the thing. People knocked Jimmy Johnson's 5 straight titles, right? And said, well, he wouldn't have won 5 straight in the old system. And they're right. But if you look at the old system and, people do it side by side, and I know people did different things during the playoffs, Johnson would have been no worse than second in any of those 5 years that he won the title. So it wasn't like Logano, who would have been, 13th if he didn't win or something like that.
Last year he would have been 17th.
Yeah, 17th, something like that. He would have been way down there. Jimmy Johnson was still really good all those years that he won under the first iteration of the playoff system.
I think the Jimmy Johnson argument's dumb. Whoever is mad about it, their driver had 10 races to not lose that title to him. And I say that as a diehard childhood Carl Edwards fan who watched his driver lose the championship because they couldn't strap a battery to a race car at Charlotte. Yeah. So you have to be good. You have to be good for 10 weeks in the old system, and that's respectable.
By the way, stage results: Bell, Logano, Byron, Blaney, Reddick, Hamlin, Cindric, Suarez, Larson, Berry. I'd say Suarez and Berry are the most surprising.
Trackhouse just posted that Van Gisbergen finished 8th in the stage.
Oh.
That was news to me. I don't know what race they're watching.
I think that's just a mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
he's what the fuck? He's out. He's out of the race.
Yep.
There we go. Found track position, lost SVG for the day. Then it says he's P8. I don't know. Strange. Oh, man. Wow, this is just an absolute thriller. I am so excited. I think I'm going to go get caffeine because I need to be more excited.
Chunk, Chunk, I think you should go make us some pizza rolls.
I don't have any.
They're in the freezer.
This is the quality stuff. This is why you guys tune in. We need our sisters to make us pizza rolls. There you go.
No, this is brother.
Oh, we need our brothers to make.
His
their
nickname is
pizza
Chunk.
rolls.
Say hi to everybody, Chunk.
Hi.
So
Is he pulling the Butterbean Queen haircut?
yes, he is. He keeps saying he wants to grow his hair out like mine, and then I cut my hair, and now he's got like the mullet, the Butterbean mullet going on.
Butterbean mullet, I was going to say. Butterbean's like sparking this whole fan base now.
Okay, so let me
mullet
ask you. I
fan
didn't
base.
get to ask you earlier, Tom. So since we've got some dead.
It's just you and me now. I know it's you and me and like
I'm
No.
back.
however many
I'm
people
back.
in the world.
Well,
Or
Dalton,
watch us.
you can give your opinion again. The finish is Friday and Saturday. How do you feel about them, Tom? I have a bigger problem with one than the other.
I mean, look, I have a ARCA has a very antiquated rule, right? A very antiquated rule with this, like, we got to finish under green under any circumstance. They've been bought by NASCAR. I think they should have rules that are consistent with NASCAR now. It's not like they're a competitor. They should have a green, white, checkered finish. Butterbean should have never lost that race. That's how I feel about Friday. I just feel like that's a rules issue.
I mean, like the moves to win the race, like what Almirola did and what Brent Cruz did. I think they're two different things.
I do agree that they're two different things. I actually thought I was cooler with Brent Cruz's move than Almirola.
Really?
Yeah, I
I'm the
actually was.
opposite.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
Explain to me why you feel like it's the opposite. I'm interested to hear.
Because Brent didn't really give Butterbean a chance to make the corner on exit at all. He just kind of drove in there, shipped him, and went on about his day. Almirola and Bowman raced off the corner, and then Almirola pinched him in the wall. We've seen that a million times.
But pinch equals damage. Like, that's the whole thing.
Yes, I just think it's more egregious to completely ship a guy into the wall and not give him a chance to beat you to the line at all. And I think that's what Brent Cruz did. And it kind of shocked me because that's not something, as him being a Cars Tour guy last year, like that's not something he did unless provoked. So it was kind of weird for me to see that. And maybe I took more issue from it because it's not something I know him to do.
Clearly, Brent Cruz doesn't eat his vegetables. Okay.
By the way, how about Eric Almirola in his post-Cup career, like being this badass all of a sudden? He was like the most like boring, generic guy for all these years, and then he gets into the Xfinity Series, and he's like,
get in a fight with Bubba Wallace in a team
That's
meeting.
right.
All of a sudden, you get a
yeah, all of a sudden you get this super aggressive guy that's like, I don't give a you know what, and then just knocks people out of the way for wins. This is like very non-Eric Almirola.
It's crazy what happens when your only objective is winning races. Changes people.
Yeah, I was going to say, you find out who people really are, right?
FAFO.
I clearly remember a Bristol race. I don't know if you guys remember this, where Casey Kane could have knocked somebody out of the way, and he clearly finished second because of the way that he raced. And you know, it used to be that you got a lot of credit for doing that and people respected you for doing that. I don't know if the world has changed or just racing has evolved. Now it's like, why are you doing that? Like, kick the guy's ass in front of you. That's how you win.
I still respect that. That was, if we're talking about the same race, Bristol Night Race 2013.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
I still respect things like that. I wish it was more of a common thing.
Well, I see your point, but I raise you exactly what happened to Coda. I think if that was anybody but William Byron or Christopher Bell or Tyler Reddick or any of those, you know, veteran guys that are winning a bunch nowadays, that was like Ross Chastain, like he would have been sent into the stratosphere. But he didn't.
Oh, for sure.
Like that didn't happen. So
hate
and
that too.
I think I respected that. I was actually relieved that he didn't do that. Like they didn't just ship Christopher Bell. Like he's.
I will
just
give you a short track.
I'm going to win.
I'll give you a short track example. Last year at the Snowball Derby, they had, I believe it was like a 22 lap run to the finish. and Caden Honeycutt got Ty Majeski on the restart. They moved each other, and he drove away. And Stephen Nasse finally got to the front where he hadn't been all day and ran him down over the course of the final 10 laps. Had he had one more lap, he absolutely wins that race because he closed in like 3/10 on the last lap. Could have shipped him in the final corner for the biggest race in short track racing and didn't do it.
I have a couple of notes before we continue this conversation about tires.
Go ahead.
It appears that most people took the option tire this 19 cars. So 18 of the 19 cars on the lead lap are on option tires. That includes Joey Logano and Austin Cindric, who have now used their last. The only one that's not is Ryan Preece, who still has one more. So it's going to be interesting here. Another note that I think is interesting with strategy, Paul Wolf told Joey Logano to go after the fastest lap. So I wonder if they think, okay, let's get the fastest lap here. That's a point for us. We might not be able to win this race because we're going to take our lumps at the end of this race.
At the end of the race, because they're using their final set now. I'm surprised they didn't. I guess they're worried they're going to fall all the way back to 18th because everybody else is on options. Because I would have saved that option tire for the end.
And reminder, folks, that they go through the dog leg. And that's the kink.
Trey, that's so funny you mentioned the dog leg because your dog is right there.
I know, right?
Wow, what a coincidence. I cannot believe this happened.
I'm not going to be able to.
It's almost like he responded to it.
It's okay. I just got called fat by my brother for eating crackers. So,
oh my goodness.
Brotherly love, right?
Well, you want pizza rolls now, too.
Yeah, if you'll make them.
Pizza rolls.
Yeah, I told him to make us some pizza rolls. He knows how to work the oven.
Josh Berry's still having a pretty solid day.
He is. He fell out of the top 10 and then climbed back into it at the end of the stage.
Yeah.
So that's
So wait, Trey. So who was the one that didn't take the option?
Preece. Who still has a set.
Smart.
So
I just want to take this moment. Nobody else is going to care about this, but I want to salute my Colgate Raiders. 4 straight Patriot League men's basketball championships came to an end today. Semifinal loss to American. Very sad. We could have set another record, made the tournament, gotten shellacked by Duke, but alas, not to be.
Go brush your teeth.
The Cody Ware of basketball programs in Division I.
Is American? No, that's Green Bay. Is the Cody Ware because the head coach got his job because of name only, and they
that's
they
fair.
Lost,
the Doug Gottlieb.
They went 2 and they lost like 41.
Basketball, Trey.
He's talking University of Green Bay.
Doug Gottlieb, who is a radio host, got the job as a head coach, and he literally won his first 2 games, and then said, "I don't want to play. I don't want to play University," and then got spanked.
Watch this green flag run actually work out great for Ryan Preece.
Well, the idea is, I think with Preece is you're going to do it at the end.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like
a lot of OPT on the screen right now. But go ahead.
Well, everyone else's option tire is going to start fading sooner than Ryan Preece's will.
That's true, but I think the idea is that the 22 and 2 are banking on not a late caution, so they'll be spread out when they take their lumps.
I just don't think it's going to flip back the other way soon enough for Preece.
It's like 50 laps.
Hey, Reddick's making a little bit of a statement here on this restart, guys. Like, this was a guy that was so disappointed in November and just didn't have the speed.
Read the instruction.
And all of a sudden, he's sitting there, he's challenging Logano for the lead, and he's got the extra set of options that Logano doesn't have.
James, if you want to realize,
saw that.
James, if you want to realize why Liberty's not in the Patriot League, they were the A-Sun. Obviously, Conference USA is a bigger league. But if you want to realize why, there's a great documentary about the former president of Liberty University on Hulu. And you can kind of figure out why it was very difficult for Liberty to find a conference, even though I live and work technically for Liberty University, which is a great university. But I'm just going to tell you
Liberty,
the politics behind it.
Liberty, who said the App State football team was ducking while their football stadium was underwater.
Yeah. The president of Liberty
they also did that between
University.
Eastview and Virginia Tech.
Yep. The president of Liberty, former president, may have sinned. I'll just leave it there.
So it's complicated. But Liberty's in a better conference than the Patriot League, but I get your point.
So
Blaney and
Chris
Busher are trying to wreck each other.
Here's why Chris Busher is going to win the championship. You're looking
Here
at
we
it
go. Here we
Kyle
go.
Busch is about Austin Hill.
He is racing Ryan Blaney very hard, who is probably going to be in the championship for this.
Oh,
year.
look at Kyle Busch there, trying to make it 3 wide.
Who is it? Who is it? Is
Hey.
it James? James, your boy is 8th now, and he's aggressive.
Justin.
Oh, is it Justin? Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot of
Wow, that was a power move by Kyle Busch, honestly.
Look like it's Jeb.
Oh, but he
Justin, are
couldn't
you
make it
saying my
stick.
dog looks like Jeb Burton?
That
That
was
would be-
a bad thing.
How did Blaney come out of that ahead of all of them?
That's impressive.
Wow. See, I think an impressive move by Chris Busher to relinquish those spots. Honestly, championship
Contact.
caliber move right there.
Dude, just hand him the championship at this point.
Just give him the trophy.
Just give him the trophy.
I think we should just give the trophy to Joey Logano.
No.
Actually, no. Sorry, it's
It's an odd year.
It's an odd
You
year.
gotta give it.
Yeah.
Gotta give it to
We're gonna give it
Blaney.
to Ryan Blaney. Excuse me.
All right, so I'm looking at lap times just to see how bad Preece is struggling compared to everybody else. So Preece just ran a 28.7, and Logano ran a 27.8.
Wow.
Yeah, but the car in front of him ran.
That's a pretty big.
Yeah, but the car in front of him ran a 28.5, so it's context.
Yeah, but
Clean
I
air
mean, when you're
versus-
talking about Preece was a top 5 car.
Well, but now Preece could be in danger of possibly going a lap down.
That would be
Preece,
it.
you know.
I'm telling you, I picked the 45 at the beginning. I think the 45 is looking really good on the Reds, and that's what
He's
they're going to
looking-
end on.
He's looking a lot better than he did in November.
Because remember, if we go back to Richmond, ultimately the person who was the best on the Reds won the
Well, guys,
was
I
gonna
look back at the last 4 Phoenix races, and I found.
Can I finish my point?
Well, guys, I found that Trey made some pretty silly decisions in the last 5 Phoenix races.
I was just going to say is if you go back to Richmond and the red tire was the person who was the best on the red tire ultimately was going to win that race before the late caution, and that was Austin Dillon. So if Reddick is the best on the red tire, he's a real
He looks good right now. I do like his chances. I mean, I don't think Logano's going to be up there very much longer. I do want to point out, though, didn't Josh Berry restart like 10th? And he somehow has gotten himself to 5th.
Suarez is staying up there.
Suarez is still up there also. Chastain, he got a penalty earlier. He's got
Wait
a
a
nice
minute.
rebound.
Suarez Suarez already used an option tire too, so he's out as well.
Oh, I
I'm
think you're
pretty
right.
sure.
Just want to say one other thing. So now 5 laps later, Logano's running 28.1s. Everybody's running 28.1s, 28.2s, and Preece is running about a 28.9. So now it's down to 0.8 of a second. So you lose. So it's turning around a little bit, but still losing 0.8.
Still not enough.
It's not enough.
If you're Preece, your goal is just to stay on the lead lap before the pit cycle
Yeah, at
starts.
this point.
Oh, he's already 12 seconds back. I mean, that's.
But
pretty
didn't you
crazy.
get stage points in both stages? Or at least the first stage.
Good question. Let me go back and look.
Preece?
At least the first stage. I don't think the second stage he got points.
I think he might have been like 10th or something in the second stage. If not, then he didn't.
Now, according to some dude named Dalton Hopkins, I don't see his name in the top 10.
I don't know if
What
I
a
trust
loser.
that guy.
Wait, what?
Just say yes. Just say
I
do you
wasn't-
just
I wasn't
say-
paying
Say yes.
just say yes.
Say,
Just say yes.
Sure.
Doug,
Okay,
Doug
good.
Gottlieb, the coach of the Green Bay Packers. That's yes.
What is it that I said?
You gave the stage 2 results, and Preece's name is not on it, which his
Then we
name
called
shouldn't
you
be.
a dumbass.
Yeah,
His name should be on it?
shouldn't be on it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You reported correctly.
Okay,
You were
that's-
saying that you
that's
reported
good.
correctly.
Because Frontstretch just reposted it, so I was like, man, I really hope I was right. Because
No, you were.
I got it from NASCAR's live feed, so
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, they're wrong.
Don't burn them things.
I don't even have them in the oven yet.
Okay.
They have to preheat for.
But
You put the pizza rolls.
Well, now everyone knows how to make pizza rolls.
Happy out.
You
Next
know,
episode, how to make pizza rolls.
as we experiment with this thing, stuff is going to happen.
You got to make pizza rolls.
Getting hungry.
I mean, all I've eaten is junk food. I've had popcorn, a Nutter Butter, and a fudge round. So I'm living my life.
I have to share my space with my siblings, unfortunately. So
I do like you got the little door there with your name on it.
Yeah, we all three have our names on our doors. I just chose mine is the one that faces the TV. So brother's room is there, sister's room.
I have a green flag on it.
Yeah, I got a green flag at Darlington and like a big American ethanol flag at Darlington in 2015, and it's hanging over his door now. So, elite decor.
125 lead changes most
Every stage has been won by a different driver in the first 3 races. That's pretty crazy.
Oh, okay. Winners led a total of 19 laps. I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. It's a thing. Something. I mean, that's going to change today. I don't know. Reddick hasn't led any laps, has he? I don't think he's led any laps today.
No.
He is not.
No.
Coming back in justice, Dalton said that. He is not. It's Keselowski. No, not Keselowski. Cindric, Bell, Logano, and Byron. Those are the only people that have led.
Byron still has the most laps led today, although Logano's getting pretty close. He might take that from him here in a few laps. He probably will because Reddick's not able to get by him.
Yeah, but the idea is you think that if this stays green, Logano's going to be screwed.
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, but just like how long? I think Logano probably will eclipse.
But your hope
Byron
is
with most laps.
Your hope is like it's spread out and you fade, but you don't fade like to the back. Kind of like that's what Suarez was doing. Is he was like, all right, I'm gonna fade here at Richmond, but I'll finish in the top 10, and then it got bunched up and he just sank like a rock because it was on the old hards.
So, I mean, who wants to be that wild card guy that actually doesn't use their second pair when they pit again and maybe just hopes that there's a caution like near the end of the race and then he just uses it there? I say it's Katherine Legge.
I mean,
and she.
Oh my lord!
There we
go. No, that just cost.
No, I was kidding.
Oh my god.
Dude, Suarez just
Oh no!
As they were talking about her.
Oh my god!
Man.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Everything's fine, Trey. Nobody.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I feel so bad for Daniel Suarez.
Oh! She spins. Oh!
That's the second time.
Same spot too.
No.
Wow. Suarez has gotten involved.
So
in
here's
crash.
something interesting. I saw this on Twitter. If these cars pit and put their other option on, and Logano goes with the hard tire, he can sink, but then he'll come back.
Well, he'll just be on the same tires. He's going to sink and he's going to lose a bunch of spots.
Yeah, but then he can get this back, but maybe not enough spots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know how much. I don't know if he'll be able to come back as much. It really depends on who goes.
Sorry,
another
James.
option here.
That was the biggest commentator curse I've ever seen in my life. You should make
Well, it wasn't just. Yeah, it was Fox
like,
and me. Like we were all talking about her at the same time.
If you're Daniel Suarez, you got to be livid right now.
Yeah.
If you're Live Fast Motorsports,
that's why I popped out to try and listen to his radio for a little bit because he's got to be so mad. I think this is going to be where maybe something gets said about Katherine being in this race. But she has all these Indy 500 starts. I do get it, but she had what? Like, it's not like she's got Xfinity and truck starts under her belt. Like,
yeah, but even if she had 600 starts,
she does have a couple Xfinity starts.
Even if she had those starts, she still could have made that mistake. It's like I don't think those starts would have made
just
like
goofy though. Like She ran
It
so
looked-
far down the apron, then she actually slid up and hit Josh Berry. So I wonder if
I think she was trying. She was just. I think honestly, she was just trying to stay out of the way of Josh. And again, it pinches there, so she slides up and then lost the air.
As they run, she
has one Xfinity Series oval start, Dalton. Of all the starts, she has one in 2018. That was it. Everything else was on a road course. But anyways, go ahead.
Still enough.
All right, have you all lost signal?
No.
Mine's frozen.
She was 5 laps down when she crashed.
That was the best run we've seen Suarez have on an oval in a while.
Yeah,
to my knowledge.
No, super speedway
probably wasn't. I mean, Trey said it earlier. Like he only had one. He didn't have any more option tires left.
Yeah, but I mean, still, he was having a good day. He was running top.
He was, and now he's not.
Now he is. Oh,
you could say it's no bueno.
Yeah. Wow. Bell up 6 spots on pit road, by the way. That was a hell of a pit stop. You know,
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that Suarez could do.
So they all did pit.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems they're all going to primary.
Yeah. So with that said, I think it sounds like that Bell is going, or at least all those guys that just use their first option, they're probably gonna
wait till the last stint.
Yeah, wait.
There's one more pit stop.
Well, I wonder, like, can you go back to that tire that you just used? Because they didn't run a whole lot of laps. Like, how useful would it be at this point?
It's like,
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think they could, right?
Like, I mean, obviously, like you're going to want to use
bad stuff. Yeah.
I
but
mean,
if you get
could
desperate
theoretically,
and like you have like a 10-lap run left, and you don't have any, all you have is the primary. Like, do you want to use the primary, or maybe you could go back to your scuff reds?
So it was about almost 20 laps, 22 laps, roughly.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think you could.
I don't know. That's
My guess is they would go to the qualifying hards, is because that's 2 laps.
Trenton just said, man, Daniel Suarez has had the worst luck lately, especially in a year where some say it's a prove it year for him. I think to a certain extent that is true.
Right.
I mean, although, you could point drafting races are luck for everybody, right? Like, got to be at the right place at the right time. Got to take advantage of it, but you also got to be at the right place at the right time. So, I mean,
I wouldn't even call the Coda thing luck because that was like his fault.
So 3, yeah, well, fair. I mean, but that's 3 straight wrecks for him.
So something here shocking. Joey Logano's strategy is falling perfectly into his hands. So it appears they will stay on the yellows for the rest of the race if there's not a late caution. So Joey Logano might get lucky here.
So Logano's all set. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be.
I've heard that story before.
Yeah, but everyone else still has another option tire.
Yeah, but they won't use it unless someone uses it, like wants to think they could do like what Denny would do at Richmond, where he would go as late as possible and run through the field. Or
can they make it all the way from now on?
Yeah,
they can.
I think so.
95.
It'd be pretty close. It'd be very close.
I hope it goes green. Then I want a fuel mileage race. I love.
See, I would almost want to maybe pit and get the options at least at some point, even if you gotta even if you gotta cut it in half, like maybe that is a smarter idea.
Like, can I change topic for a second? Because there's something we haven't talked about that much that I really think is a big deal in a year where there's not been a lot of movement. Like, Ty Gibbs, in this race last year, was 3rd. He was 5th in points after 4 races. Remember, he almost won Bristol right after that. New crew chief this year. He is so far behind. He's 25th, one of the slowest cars on the track today. So far behind in points. The only 2 people he's ahead of are Cole Custer and Cody Ware. He's almost 50 points below the cut line already, which is really hard to be that far behind that quickly.
Has he gotten any stage points this year?
It's called the Headlane Curse.
Headlane Curse. Way to go.
But it appears that Dalton Hopkins' boy Cody Ware had a tire fall off his car. And Brad, this is his 3rd year in Cup? No, 2nd year.
Here's
Yeah, third
why.
year in Cup.
Well, he's not a sophomore anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
why-
a sophomore anymore.
He said
I just
sophomore
think that-
slump.
Yeah, I listen. I think it's kind of a big deal. Like we're already seeing a changing of the guard at Toyota, where I would argue 2311 has been better than Joe Gibbs Racing through the first 4 races, clearly, and that's a drag on JGR. I mean, it's sounds like so far like moving everybody around has not really helped them that much.
So one thing to note here too: Bell, Reddick, Byron all jumped Logano in the pit cycle.
Can confirm Ty Gibbs has not earned any stage points this year.
Wow.
Brent Cruz will be in a Gibbs car in 4 years max.
They're not going to take Ty out of that car. It's not
I
gonna
didn't say Ty's car. I said a Gibbs car.
happen. Okay. Well,
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Denny's
God
not going
forbid-
to stick around for much longer.
Yep. Joe Gibbs is what, going to be 84 years old this year?
Mhm.
I mean, nobody's beaten Father Time as far as I'm concerned. Like, as far as I've seen, at some point, Penske, Gibbs, these guys are going to slow down. I'm sorry, Gibbs is going to be 85 this year. And sadly, Gibbs doesn't have either of his sons left to give the race team to. In the end, it may go to Ty. So, there's a leadership void if something ever happens to Joe Gibbs. Does Ty stay in the car? Does Ty end up behind the scenes? What do you do there? And Ty's also really young. He's only 22 years old?
I think that's why they have Ty as the owner of Taylor Gray's car now in the Xfinity Series to get him in the processes of being an owner and all the logistics you have to do and force him to manage that while still driving the race car. Because I think they're aware that at some point, I'm sure Ty's mom is going to help fill that void whenever Joe can't do it anymore, but it's going to be Ty's team eventually.
And
Speaking
they
of
haven't.
Ty,
It's not like they're alone, but it's just an interesting deal because Ty Gibbs came into Cup with all this hoopla and all this talent, and this time last year looked like he was on the verge of winning and getting over the hump. And this is an extended slump. This is not just this year. I mean, you look at the playoffs and how he ended the playoffs. All those DNFs, last 5 races of last year, 35th, 30th, 36th, 32nd, 40th.
Dalton, how many Cup starts does Ty have?
a lot. So something that we need to keep in mind right now is a different Ty. Ty Dillon is now on the option tire, and he still has both sets of option tires.
Interesting.
Oh,
So with 89
he's
laps,
starting
to go,
back in 20th, but
Oh, Bubba. Kyle Busch going backwards.
Dalton, it was interesting. I was paying attention to him because he took the wave around, I think, right? He wasn't a free pass guy.
he's 20th.
They did some interesting strategy to get back on the lead lap.
Mhm.
That's going to be interesting.
Chase, to answer your question, 90.
Oh, so yeah, he's in that, all the top guys now, the top guys that were the young guys 5, 6, 7 years ago have all gotten their first win in the 90 to 100, 105 range. So he's due if it's going to develop the way that people want it to.
Ty Dillon's gained. Okay, he's gained 4 spots, 3 spots.
Oh, Larson.
Preece on the option tire, but he will not. He'll obviously have to go back to the primary eventually.
Yeah.
I assume. So Preece will probably
If
get the
they
lead
go
here.
the whole way, though, that could.
I don't think he'll be able to. At least not on that tire. I don't know. I don't know how long this thing lasts, but I feel like that tire is going to wear out before the primaries do. Eric Jones also on the option tire.
But Preece is the one to watch. I mean, because he's going to get out there quick.
He is,
Right.
but Preece. The reason why I still have keep an eye on Ty Dillon is that he still has both option tires. So
Yeah.
even when he pits, he'll be able to get.
That's true. He
more
can
option
split it in
tires.
half and get the
Yeah.
second option. He
Yeah.
goes green the rest of the way.
Reddick was just
That would be a
shaking hard.
very, very interesting way to do
I
it.
realized no one could hear me because I didn't add myself to the stage. So I was asking a question 6 times. Did Ty Dillon take the wave around the last caution? So that would mean he's on this option tire that's gone for 20 laps. He's not on a fresh option tire. So it might not be as good. So I wonder, AJ Gilliland, Well, Ty's moving through the field, so maybe not. Jones is also on the option tire. He's ninth.
Mm-hmm. How many? I don't know about Jones. I don't know if he's used an option tire.
No,
yet.
but he's using it now. I'm just saying.
That's what I know. But I mean, does he have a second set?
I think this is
No.
his first one or second one.
Okay, so this is his second one right now.
I think
Okay.
Ty Dillon might be the only one with another, like on the option with another set.
Interesting.
Right, he's about to be in the top 10. But I mean, listen,
Allmendinger thinks still has both sets, right? So
I
both
think-
the Colic cars.
I think this just proves the option tire is really good.
It is. This is making it interesting. for
yeah,
sure.
this is making it interesting. It was a good decision.
This is.
Oh,
Preece
yeah,
is,
started
up,
to do that.
Preece is up to third.
He's
Yeah,
gonna get.
I hope
He's
we
gonna
have
get
this
the
in
lead.
Phoenix in November.
Preece is gonna get the lead.
If I'm Ryan Preece, if
You
you
saw
get
what
to the lead, you start sandbagging and trying to save that tire as long as you can.
I think you saw what what's his name did, and can you hear my TV?
No.
No.
Okay.
So
You do what Joey did. And you just kind of have to hope you can hang on at the end. So, but
so Ty Dillon, I feel like, back when I was a lot more plugged in 10, 11 years ago, and Ty Dillon was first coming up, everybody was like, wait until you see this guy. He makes Austin look like nothing by comparison. This is the guy that's going to break through out of the Dillon kids. And he just lost confidence. He's lost confidence for a really, really long time, to a point where people have him like left for dead. Just really never has clicked with any of the rides that they put him in. And it's just been interesting the first couple races. Like, it does seem like this colleague thing, like they're giving him some confidence back. Not saying it's gonna lead to anything. I mean, he's a lot older and he's got a lot of failed
I
rides.
tell you what, I might be able to answer that question in the next hour or so.
Yeah.
If
I
it'll
mean,
be-
when's the last time we've talked about Ty Dillon this late?
yeah.
Never.
I think
Brad,
Ty Dillon's
are you really
been-
shocked he took the Kyle Busch seat? Do you know his last name is Gibbs? This is referring to Ty Gibbs. Sorry, I just had to bring that comment back up.
I think Ty Dillon, like, his only sin was just that he wasn't the older brother. Because Austin Dillon gets into the sport, he gets into the Cup Series, and obviously he goes
He's
to
the
Richard
first
Childress.
choice.
He's the first choice to go to Richard Childress, obviously, because he's older.
You can't have both, and you can't have
And-
both grandkids.
But you can't. You can have both because he's only got 2 charters.
Yeah.
So I mean, Richard can't shell out $40 million to buy another charter, and or he could do that or fire Kyle Busch, which he's not going to do if he's smart. So, I mean,
Or Tyler Reddick at the time when Ty was.
or Tyler.
I'm trying to think who was in the. Was it like when Ty came up? It was like Newman?
But Ty.
Trying to
Yeah,
think who was in
no,
our
it
cigar.
was.
It was Newman, and then they had another one. They had Bernard at one
Newman's-
point with the third
Yes.
car.
Yes.
Which Menard was part of their funding, so they weren't going to get rid of him.
Yeah, and then Newman was in the car, and then Newman was going to leave. But Ty also was able to secure a car. Like, he was in the Germain racing car, which wasn't
Just
great,
wasn't a good
but
car.
it wasn't any better
Yeah.
than Richard. It wasn't any worse than Richard Childress's car.
Preece is up to second. Jones is third. Dillon is sixth.
Yeah, it's getting interesting.
This is getting interesting.
Yeah, I mean, look,
here.
there was always a lot of rumors. I don't want to speculate. A lot of family stuff as to why Ty went down a certain road, and Austin's on the road that he's on. But the bottom line is, Ty was the one that was left out and just been bounced around. And
Can you tell us what
I
happened?
like that.
Yeah, it's not like we're on a live broadcast or anything.
No, there's a private chat.
Oh,
Ryan Preece to the lead, by the way.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And did you see it? Did you see the pass? Now I'll show it.
Yeah.
All right. It's about 50 laps. So with like 20, if there's not a caution, about 25 to go is when it's going to flip.
Yep.
Well, a little less than that. A little more than that.
I saw they're showing me a Verizon commercial on my TV that's got like fire truck lights, and I thought it was a caution.
Yeah, they're showing us that too.
I thought it was a
Yeah,
caution.
they're showing
for
us
a
that too.
second. I was like, oh no.
All right, I'll be right back.
I don't want to wait.
So Ty Dillon has passed Eric Jones.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, he's past Eric Jones? Is that what you said?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Wow. So he's fat. Okay. That's really interesting.
So he's up to 5th. Ty Dillon to 5th.
Yeah.
Blaney's fallen all the way to 12th. Which is not good. I felt like Blaney's shown the most
Holy cow.
long run speed, just hasn't had enough track position in the short run to prove it.
Ryan Preece. He led only 2 laps last year. The entirety of last year.
Where was that at?
Atlanta.
Daytona. Oh yeah.
So, okay.
Oh, it was 2 years ago. He won the pole at Martinsville, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And
I was
think
at that
that's-
race.
I was
Yes,
at that
it
race
was.
too.
It was 2 years ago. I was too.
I know.
Oh, you
That's
guys
when
were
No.
working. I was in turn
There.
4.
So, okay. Let's see. Yeah. So Martinsville.
I seriously think if I'm Preece, I think it's important to try. Like, I don't think he should go all out. I seriously think he needs to take care of these and try and make them last as long as possible. Because now you've got the track position. You just have to not fall off a cliff here. Because there is a chance this. I mean, I don't think it will. There's a chance. this
AJ
goes
must be on the old option tires because he's not moved through the field.
at all. Ty Dillon to 4th. We live in a world where Ryan Preece and Ty Dillon are the fastest race cars on track right now.
So I'm guessing the wave around. Ty took the wave around, stayed on the primary, on the stage caution. Hoping for a quick caution. Got the quick caution. Switched to options.
Yeah, because there's no way these are 20-lap options.
Yeah.
He is hauling right now.
Who? Who are we talking about?
Ty Dillon.
These are brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
No.
what
No.
we're
No. No.
saying.
We're saying we're trying to figure out when he took the wave around after the stage.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't take a wave around and pit.
He could have gotten the lucky dog.
I
Yeah.
think he was right there. I mean, he was right on the cusp. I don't know. I don't think he got the lucky dog, though. I mean, either way, it's working out great for him right now. He's not. Is he still catching Reddick?
I don't know. They're showing the option thing and not the interviews.
Yeah. I mean, he has gotten up to 4th. So, I mean, either way, he's in a good position right now.
He is. Let's see.
The post.
I think he's catching. Looks like he's catching Reddick.
Which I'm going to be on post-race conversation with Kyle Benjamin. He tweeted, Preece is flying on track, not through the air.
It's a good thing. I'm sure he'd prefer that part.
That's funny.
So this is way better than the typical.
Blaney's got no power steering. That's why he's fallen so many.
Okay.
Lost so many spots.
Thank you, James.
How does he have no power steering down the straightaway?
He just has no
No
power.
power
down
steering, but he's also got no power down the
Okay. I was going to
So
say.
maybe it sounds like an electrical issue then.
I read that wrong. I was like,
it broke.
What?
Did you guys talk about how Reddick has no power steering?
Oh, is it
Reddick?
Reddick? I thought it was.
Red-
Oh no, he's right. It's Reddick. Reddick's the one with
Reddick-
the power steering. Blaney's
Reddick is
got
losing
no
power down the
period down the straightaway. So they both have issues. I apologize.
Reddick staying P3 with no power steering is impressive.
And looking at the lap by lap, looks like we're at the point now where the option tire is leveling out because Preece and Bell are within 1/10 of each other.
Do you think it's leveling out, or do you think Preece is just trying to save it to make it last longer?
No, I think it is leveling out.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's sandbagging to a certain degree. But,
I would be sandbagging.
Ty Dillon in 4th is at 28.9, and that's just barely faster than Bell and Reddick,
Because, I mean, in theory, they could be about to go the distance here. And if you're Preece and Dylan, you now have to make these last.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, 63 to go. If I'm Dylan, I pit with 40 to go with the second option tire and then just go all out and see how far I can go.
Yeah, he is losing a little bit of ground. He's lost about 2/10 in the last 5 laps or so. But that's from Preece. That's not from somebody. That's not like from Reddick or anything. So Preece is also on the option tire. So
right,
once they pit and Dylan gets on the other option, he's gonna be sitting pretty.
Yeah, he is.
So you're tied, Dylan. Your hope's a caution late, so you can switch the option tire and you have the track position.
I don't. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it really matters a whole lot.
Who else has a set left?
I don't.
Everyone,
I think
but
Preece might have another set.
Preece. So everyone but Preece, Jones, Logano, Cindric is my understanding.
Yeah, I think
because most people use that first set at the start of this stage, start of the final stage.
By the way, Eric Jones pushing for a top 5.
So they all, but they're all scuffed, right?
No, they have a clean set. They've only used it once. They have 2 sets.
Like Bell and Reddick and Byron.
Bell, Reddick, everyone. Most people.
What would be really great is if we had like a counter or like a way that we would know that.
Well,
or something.
Maybe you do have a counter. It's called This Brain.
Yeah, but see, like,
bold of you to assume that our brains work in that way.
Oh, Hamlin just moved him.
Contact.
Ooh.
Hey, Tom, you bring up the point about 2311 being the best Toyota team.
Yeah.
If the race ended today or right now, with these drivers in these positions, 2311 would have 2 of the top 5 in points.
That's crazy. And Bubba's been really quiet today, but he's going to get like one of those, oh, I can't believe he's in the top 10. We haven't talked about him all day type of runs. Like he's 12th right now.
Reddick second, Bubba 5th. So
yeah,
just a note.
Really good runs for them. Really good start for them. And the other thing I was looking at, so let's say Eric Jones makes it up to 5th. He's challenging Byron for 5th right now. That would be their second top 5 finish this year. Toyota top 5 finishes, like right now you'd have JGR would end up with 4, Legacy with 2, and I think 2311 would have 2, would have 3.
So another interesting thing, I would love to see this because it feels like that it always happens. The new dad boost. You got Bubba, has looked really good this year. Shout out to the emoticons. With the new dad, obviously, I think Reddick jumped the level when his son was born. Who knows? Maybe having a kid, you get a little boost.
Funny because like my first week in IndyCar, everybody was talking about the opposite, right? Like everybody was like, the theory over at Indy is you're a new dad, you actually lose 3 or 4 tenths because you can't go as fast and you actually like feel the risk more because you got a kid.
Hey, we got a bump and run from Dennis.
What's that quote from? I think isn't it from Fernando Alonso, where he says, said I knew I was gonna. I don't know where he said where he like entered the corner and he's like, yeah, I knew I was gonna outbrake him because he has kids or something like that.
Oh really? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
I think that was. I think it was Schumacher in Japan.
Was it Schumacher who said that?
No, Alonso said that about Schumacher.
Oh, about Schumacher, yeah.
Shit. Wow.
Blaney, it's gonna be interesting to see where Blaney ends up because now he started this in 12th and now he's got a good long run car and he's now moving his way through the field.
Hi Dylan, by the way, down to 29.3. Well, everybody else is running 29 flat. So for Dylan, I don't think it's going to be that much longer until they bring him in. I'm like, I would bring him in maybe even with 50 to go, like, try and max out the options.
Preece is still opened it up a little bit more.
So
But-
are we thinking everybody else is going to try and go the rest of the way with no more stops?
So
don't
James
know.
asking, do you think there'll be a factor for an overtime? The only way this would happen is if there's a caution late and like in this run, like there's no caution now, or like the next caution would cause overtime. Then I think you would see all the drivers pit for the red tires. That's between Mr. Hamlin and Mr. Logano. And reminder, Chase Folsom is going to eat a pizza right in front of Josh Bilicki this Tuesday if Joey Logano wins.
Say what?
We're gonna be like, hold on.
I agree with that.
We're gonna,
The whole pizza.
we're gonna be like, hold
Just eat a
on,
whole
Josh.
pizza.
Give us 1 second. Our Chase Folsom has to eat a pizza in front of us. All right, Chase, take it away. I just need a slice of pizza.
Oh, I have a quote for Tom. I have a quote for you.
Go ahead.
Sadly, it seems legit, but does it not reflect on the entire organization and their talent, judgment / resource allocation? ? Chase Briscoe is off to a disastrous start. Denny Hamlin seems to have slipped in his, in parentheses, relative to NASCAR old age, and it's just Christopher Bell carrying the operation, which I think he used speech text here. Care to comment?
I mean,
Who?
Ed talking about Ty Gibbs, basically
Oh,
saying
I
Joe
mean-
Gibbs sucks. Like they're
yeah,
all sucking.
I mean,
except
that was
Christopher Bell.
definitely carrying the operation. There's no doubt about that. It's just a matter of like, look, a lot of these organizations are going to go through changes in leadership over the next couple of years. Roger Penske is 85 years old. Joe Gibbs is 84 years old. Hendrick is in his 70s. Hendrick's at least prepared for this by putting Jeff Gordon in place. Roush prepared for this by selling Keselowski and having Keselowski eventually take over. I mean, frankly, Roush, I don't think has much input at all at RFK anymore. He's just a name on the side, right? And so, what is the leadership transition going to look like at Gibbs when Joe Gibbs had this plan and all this tragedy happened where both of his sons are now no longer around to take over the organization? I mean, it's a terrible situation. And so I think, you do see that dearth of leadership starting to happen.
Chase Elliott is going to pit road.
Oh. But does he have option tires left?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he does.
All right. So we're starting to see it.
Yeah. So
Again, if
it'll
I'm
be
Todd
interesting.
Gilliland, I wouldn't be out there much longer.
Todd Gilliland also went to pit road, but I don't know if he has option tires.
So about a 3-second lead on Bell, 6-second lead on Reddick. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we got 48 laps to go, boys. Can Preece pull this off?
I don't think this is a race for
I
the
don't think
win.
so.
Yeah, like we're all acting. I mean, because this would be a big deal. 4 races. I mean, we thought Preece wouldn't
AJ
even be a full-time Cup
AJ
driver
to
this
pit
year.
road.
I don't think so. I think everyone else is going to
Oh,
just
problem for Bubba.
Bubba. Yep.
We jinxed him.
Womp
Looking at
womp.
his tire.
Tire. Is that going to cause a
Byron
caution?
on pit road.
No, he's on pit road.
Byron's on pit road. Here's the thing: if you go now, Bubba can put the option tires on.
Oh.
That might help him.
He has more.
That's going to be a yellow, maybe.
If he can't get to his pit stall.
Oh, to the garage. That's
He's going to the garage. Oh
He
yeah, his
looked like he
rolling's-
hit the wall
yeah, his
pretty
rolling's
good.
all bent. Okay.
Yeah, it did hit the wall. Very good.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh, they did throw a yellow.
Oh, what?
caution is
Wow.
out! Caution is out! Oh no! We
Did
have
Byron go a
Let
lap
me
down?
tell you this. You know who this benefits? Ty Dillon's sitting there 4th now
Yep.
with that extra option. That is
Actually, you know who it,
So does
who,
everyone
you know
else.
who it really benefits? It William Byron,
Byron.
who just got off pit road.
Yep.
But I think it also would benefit Chase Elliott, but I think he's still a lap down.
Is that what the
Chase Elliott, yeah.
Is that why he came out for Bubba Wallace?
Wait, did Barry hit him?
No, he blew
No,
it
I
dry.
think it was just a tire, right?
Yeah, I think tire just went down.
He blew it right
Tire,
front.
yeah, tire went down.
Oh, just a bad place to blow it. Yeah, just right there.
So
That's a
everyone's going to throw on reds. Byron's going to be P1, right?
Should be.
Well, bad news. I think so. Bubba's gonna finish 29th. So
that is
he is.
Ryan Preece's strategy is cooked.
He is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
who's cooked.
So there's the caution that will allow everyone who has reds to throw in the last set as glove.
Yes.
So perfectly set. If you don't have them, you're screwed. It's really
So-
that simple. Who doesn't have them?
Bubba's gonna
Preece.
fall nearly out of the top 10 in points. By the way, so the 23-11
We're
thing is
looking
done.
at a Ty Dillon top 10 at least.
Preece, Logano, I think. Eric
Pump your
Jones
brakes.
have
Let's
any.
see. Let's see
What?
him
I'm
execute.
serious. Well, he's fourth.
No,
I mean, you
I think
can't
Dillon's right.
pass. So he's in a good track position right now.
I understand that, but they're all going to be on the same strategy, and there's too many good race car drivers.
I know, but you can't pass.
But we've
So
seen.
if you can't,
we'll
if
see.
nobody's going to be able to pass, and he's going to be on the same tire as everyone else,
We'll see.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll see.
If
Ty Dillon, you are in the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
I was gonna say is if Ty Dillon finishes in the top 10, I'll eat a pizza to start happy hour, but I'm not doing that.
Yep. I'm kind of, just to compare these two options, I'm kind of thinking Dalton's like opinion is up here, and Trey, I think your opinion's kind of not on the screen.
I can
Yeah,
see
I think
either
your
one
opinion
happen.
is dumb.
I will side with Trey and say Ty Dillon.
I'm just saying Ty Dillon might not finish.
Your
Have you
opinion
seen
is-
these restarts? that
I have deemed your opinion stupid. Therefore, you are dumb and stupid
All I
and
said,
silly.
I'm sorry when he's
Therefore,
surrounded by.
I win.
So,
Oh
Be
man.
nice.
I'm sorry when he's surrounded by Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell,
Yeah,
William
but
Byron, Joey
why?
Logano, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin. Should I continue? Like,
This is the most polarized I think this chat has ever been. Left side says Ty Dillon's going to suck it, and the right side, which is factually correct, is
I
like
didn't
Ty
say
Dillon's
that.
gonna
I
have a
just
top
said he
five
might not
finish.
I
finish.
did. I'll
All
say
I
it.
said-
Ty Dillon's going to drop like a rock. There you
All
want.
I
There you
said.
happy?
All I said is he might not finish in the top 10.
Well, we're about to find out if he can stay in fourth because Pit Road is a big problem.
All right. So Ty Dillon finishes outside the top 15. Book it.
That I won't go.
Well, considering they just lost 5 spots on pit road, I'm looking pretty smart right now.
Wow. Well, I mean, that is the one thing.
He lost one spot.
How does it say
He's,
one?
wait,
spot?
he's 10th. He's already 10th.
Yeah, he is.
He
all the
lost
way
more
down
than
to
one
10.
spot. He
It
wasn't.
says he
ninth.
lost one.
I don't know
spot.
why he said they said he only
That
lost
counter's
one
been
spot.
off all day. Bell gained 6. Just
Yeah.
ignore it. Because
Okay.
I think it said when Joey
How did
came in as
Larson gain 11
Yeah,
spots?
that's not it.
Dude.
That's not correct. I don't
I
think
think-
any
part
of
of
those
the
correct.
five team-
Okay. Yeah.
Every part of the 5 team has been on it today except the driver.
I think the leader is now. Oh, there's
Yeah.
brake rotor.
I needed a.
What happened? Why is Bowman second? Did he just take 2 tires?
I would just ignore that. I think scoring's off. I think the leader will be William Byron.
Should be.
Got it.
It's a bell career.
Yeah. So. I was kind of expecting Ty Dillon's pit crew to be a little bit better there.
Josh Berry's team theorized that Wallace
Wait, hey!
tire blue, and he was right.
Well, I just missed what Mike Joy said.
Sorry.
Someone's going to the tail end of the longest line.
Yeah, someone got a penalty.
It was Reddick, too fast exit.
Oh,
Reddick.
update.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Update. Byron was a. We'll have to take the wave around. He did go a lap down.
Oh, that changes it.
Oh wow. Okay, so there goes that.
So okay, and then Reddick got the penalty.
So Logano doesn't have any of the tires left, even though he's going to be 3rd or 4th.
So Ty Dillon back in the top 10 is what I'm hearing.
All right. Here's a little trivia, courtesy of soon to be a front stretcher as of this week, Stephen Toronto. 3 first-time winners at Phoenix. Who do you think they were?
Oh, Dalton, Ty Dillon, too fast entering.
Love. There it is.
Man, I'm a genius.
First time.
Mm.
Oh,
How did he speed and
disastrous.
still lose 6
23.
spots?
Oh, they're fixing. They decided to fix the power.
Fix
Try
the
to
power
fix the power.
steering since he's going to be at the back of the line, Reddick. All right. 3 first-time winners. Who were they at Phoenix?
Can we get the years?
I'll give you one of them, which should be super easy.
Alan Kulwicki.
That's one.
Here, I'm tweeting out.
That's one everybody knows. There's going to be one that's really hard. What? Two should be easy. Alan Kulwicki, and the second one only happened a couple of years ago.
Chase Briscoe.
Chase Briscoe.
That's two.
Chase Briscoe, yeah.
All right. The third one, I will give you the year. 1996.
I was like not even a twinkle in the sky.
I was not alive. I was also
either.
not alive.
Not a NASCAR Hall of Famer, but actually a relatively decent driver.
Oh, I was gonna go Bobby Labonte, but I think he's already made it.
1996.
I was gonna go Bobby Labonte, but I don't. He's already in the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, Bobby Hamilton.
That's it.
There it is.
That's it.
There it is. Yeah, he did it for
Bobby Hamilton
Petty
was
Enterprises.
driving
First
the
win for
33
Petty
for Richard
Enterprises.
Petty. Those were the only three drivers to win their first race at Phoenix Cup Series. That's it.
I just so you guys know. Hold on.
Oh, so
My
suddenly
my mother was a freshman in high school when that happened.
Ooh.
So.
Oh my God.
Toby Christie brought up an interesting point. He said, since the 10 got the penalty, would you go back down pit road, put the yellows back on, and then hope for a late caution? Like, same thing for Reddick. Do you just hope for a late caution? Because you have like two pace laps.
But then you run the risk of going a lap down.
You're already at the back.
You're already in the
anyway.
back.
I know.
What
And
do
you
you
run the
risk?
risk of going a lap down. So if a caution comes out, then now you're going to be in even worse trouble. And you're definitely not going to be able to come back.
I mean, resetting, a guy we haven't talked about much all day, who was just
Dennis
bumping
Hamlin.
running not too long ago, is Hamlin, who's now all of a sudden in the front row.
Well,
after
my
we
pick
got
to sped
struggling.
We
on
also
road,
haven't
so-
talked about Larson.
And they're
Yep,
going to go
now
straight
Larson all
back.
of a sudden is
He
up
has
there,
not
39
been.
to go.
Chastain, fifth also.
I genuinely think the 5 goes straight backwards here. They were up to 4th on that last restart and then dropped anchor. I did pick the 11 to win. I just want to remind everybody that.
By the way,
Aren't you
if
cool?
anybody,
My pick. Why is Chase Elliott 21st?
Because he
He,
got trapped a lap down.
He got trapped
trapped
a
a
lap down
lap
pitting.
down.
Oh, did he?
pitted.
Oh, okay.
He pitted.
So we got to do the wave around.
Yeah.
but for those interested that are actually watching our feed, of which there are more than a few, wow, thank you guys. We got Katherine Legge. So check out the Frontstretch YouTube channel for that, because Fox certainly didn't.
Or-
talk
Or
about
just check it on Frontstretch on Twitter on your phone, so you can stay on our page on YouTube. But either works.
There you go. All right. 37 laps to go. Who you got with this reset? I think that this is probably now
I'm
the
taking
way
Bell.
things shook out, Bell's race to win. But I know that's the boring.
Turkeys for everyone. You know, Eric Jones will be interesting.
Folsom, who you got with 37 to go? The
I'm
way
going to
things
stick
reset.
with what I said to start the day, Denny Hamlin.
Wow. Dalton, who you got?
I think Christopher Bell wins.
So we got 2 for Bell, 1 for Hamlin. Yeah, you're picking Eric Jones?
No, I said Eric Jones is interesting to watch. I picked
Yeah,
Christopher
Trey
Bell.
picked Eric Jones. He did.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Wow,
heard him
he
just
did.
say it just now.
I heard him
Yeah.
say it. That's right.
No, actually, I'm picking Cody Ware. I'm picking
If
Cody
he-
Ware.
If Eric Jones doesn't
You know what?
win, Trey has
I'm
to get a
going with the
whole
guy in
piece
row 8. Give me Zane Smith. I'm telling you, that would be the most interesting watch party if
How about John Hunter Nemechek?
John
Cody
Hunt
Ware
that.
Cody
right
Back
now
into-
is fewer points than Corey LaJoy, who started half the races in the Rick Ware cars.
Cool. Yeah, I think I will take Seabell.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Watch
I
them
think this
both crash.
this front row is going to win this race. I know that's a cop out answer, but it's kind
Watch
of
them. Well, I mean, but it's also like an intelligent
It's
one.
Phoenix.
It's
Ooh,
Phoenix.
I forgot
Oh.
Logano's not on the options, so he slides. Neither is Jones.
Oh man.
Oh, Ross.
Ah!
Oh, Ross
oh,
being
close.
Ross.
Blaney's had enough of him.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
All right, go tell.
Blaney's
Make sure.
I
probably really
see.
mad at
I
Ross.
see
Ross- it
your
looks like Ross
Christopher
is on
Bell,
I
and
think
I
Ross
raised
is on the
you
hards.
one Josh Berry in 6th now.
Hey, Dalton, you're picking the guy in 5th. I know.
Who's in 5th? Logano? Oh, Busher.
No.
Busher?
No.
Busher's
fourth.
4th now. But yeah, Busher. Oh, I mean, you had,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
great story there also.
Hey, all right, Blaney. Can we focus in on this Blaney's Chastain thing, please?
When's the last time we've had 3 wins in a row?
Come
In
on,
that-
Zane.
I think it was Larson.
Yeah, I want to
No,
say
it was Busher. No, that's back to back.
No, that was
Larson did it twice in 2021.
yes.
I'm looking. I want to say it's Larson in 2021.
I
Yeah,
think it
Like,
was. I
it's
don't
never
think
been
this-
done in the next. I think the bigger staff for Bell, if he does it, it's
It's
never been
never
done in
been
the
done.
next gen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be
Ross, you're blocking Zane, you F hat.
We're sorry,
What?
folks. We had to censor Trey Lyle's screaming racial slurs just now. Oh, there's Bubba.
I
That's
suck.
poor timing for you, Trey.
That was really,
I
really.
said ass.
Larson 3 straight in the playoffs in 21
Yeah.
last time.
He
Yeah.
won Charlotte, Kansas, Texas. I don't know if that's the right order.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. And then,
And then he also won Charlotte, Sonoma, Nashville, I think was the proper order. And the All-Star race. But
And then he
so he technically won 4.
blew a tire on the last lap at Pocono. And then
Would have won 4.
that was when and he would have won 4. And then they had the double header.
And he
So
won
the
the
next
next day.
day, he won the next day. So he would have won 5
He finished
in a row.
second the next day.
Okay.
Kyle Busch
Right.
won the next day.
Oh, okay. All right.
But yeah, he would have won 5 if
Then
you count the
okay, if he
All-Star
beat
race.
Kyle Busch, it would have been 5 in a row. I mean, he finished second then at both Pocono races, so he was one
look
spot
now,
away.
but Kyle Busch is about to get 6th. I mean,
Where's our buddy Justin? Justin said like an hour ago that Kyle was going to be in contention at the end.
Justin probably fell asleep because it didn't look like much was happening for Busch. Now Busch is going
Now
to
we've got Brad cheering for Rowdy as well.
Yep.
Ty Dillon 16th.
James said that Bubba says his brakes blew out, not the tire. So the same
Oh.
thing that happened to Bell 2 years ago.
How about John Hunter Nemechek in 10th? He's looking at a top 10 right now.
Would be his 3rd.
Legacy was struggling to recover earlier, but they really did end up recovering from the speeding penalties, And then Byron 9th, I thought Byron was to be a lap down, but I guess he took the wave around and he's been. Did he
John
come up
Hunter
to the wave around or did he start on the lead lap?
John Hunter started this year
No, he
with
took the
2
wave
top
around.
10s and a top 5 already, and he's about to maybe get his 3rd top 10 of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already close to eclipsing the amount that he got last year.
He'd also be 12th in points.
That's crazy.
That's
Look at
pretty
how far Logano's fallen out on the option tire. Oof.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought he'd be like in the 20s by now.
But as this run goes, he's
Well, I
going
mean,
to keep.
honestly,
Well,
I
he'll
think
get
he is
there.
gonna end up in the
I'm just
20s.
surprised it wasn't faster.
Oh,
Well, it's 'cause
Dillon-
they're-
There's Ty Gillen. He's back.
It's still fresh. It's still fresh
Right,
tires.
top 15.
Shh.
Oh, look at that. Look at Ty Dillon being racy. On Chase Elliott. When's the last time Ty Dillon has passed Chase Elliott?
Clearly, Ty Dillon needs to
Never.
replace Chase Elliott at Hendrick Motorsports.
I mean, he probably did that last green flag run.
Laps led by race winners this season. The most is Byron with 10. That's
I think that's going to be broken today by Christopher Bell.
Denny Hamlin steals it on the
No,
last
because
lap.
here's why Chris Buescher is going to win this race.
Caution with 5 to go.
I'm
Caution
sticking
with
with
5
Denny.
to go. Chris Buescher has been saving his tires this whole time. It's the only reason he's not passing Kyle Larson right now.
Larson has had himself a good day considering.
Yeah,
a quiet day, but
recovery.
nice recovery.
I think he can take a nice quiet day.
Yep.
Should be
I feel like they
satisfied
pick a
with that.
weird photo of Joey Logano. Like he's just like staring off to like nothing for their promos.
Well, they
Like
kind
they
of
didn't
all
pick
are.
one of him. Yeah, but at least they have sunglasses on. Like him without the sunglasses, just like it's
See,
not him
Denny's
like
not going
smiling.
away.
Zane Smith, still 13th.
It's kind of crazy. Like
So
Bell would win
so-
3 out of 4 and still not lead the point standings. Byron would lead the standings. But anyways, go ahead, Trey.
So I think Logano's probably capped where he's at because he's now around people on the option or the primary, excuse me, and they're old or old options like Jones is.
Oh, Blaney.
Blaney's gone.
Oh no!
I think Blaney blew up.
Oh, that's
Caution!
blown up.
That's a
Blaney
motor.
blew up.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
That thing finally gave up.
Wow. It's a big deal.
Holy
I will
cow.
say this.
Okay,
One thing I'm glad of.
I'm sorry, Trey. Does anybody have option tires still?
So I wonder, Reddick didn't move at all. Like he wasn't even
He
passing
just-
the guys.
Larry just said it. Reddick.
Reddick.
Interesting.
Interesting.
But it'd be the free pass car.
But he'll be the free pass car, and
So
he'll
he'll have to go all the way
on the
around,
way off the pace.
pass everyone.
But I don't know. I mean,
Nope.
you got to be on the pace enough to still be the first car 1 lap down. There are other competitive cars: Allmendinger, Yolen, Stenhouse. They're all 1 lap down. Justin Moore is back. Boom, guys. This is how Busch wins. I mean, look, Barry and Busch now are going to be in the 3rd row on that restart. I mean, they're close enough the way that Phoenix is to go a little crazy.
We've got multiple Kyle Busch fans in the chat.
We do.
So Reddick switched the tires. So Reddick has like 2 caution laps, red tires.
So those are brand new, basically.
Yeah.
So I know they're not saying it's technically not sticker tires. Did Reddick go a lap down? That's what I want to know.
Reddick did go a lap down, but he's the free pass car.
So he'll be just he can pit and he'll be in the back.
Yeah.
But he still has the power steering problem.
He does. Preece, by the way,
But I would-
all the way back down to 19th. Heading to 20 laps to go here.
Byron's kidding.
So will someone pit here?
Byron and Larry kidding. For sure.
Whoa. So all the guys who don't have option tires are pitting,
Doing new tires.
doing
Yeah.
new yellows.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, I think that's what you got to do. They're already at the back anyway.
You don't have a choice.
Yep.
Ross is going scuff option.
Interesting. We'll see how that works.
I mean, the problem is they're too far. With 20 laps to go, I think they're too far back. I know we've only got like 20, 21 cars on the lead lap, but that's still too much. You're going to have to fight through too much traffic.
So how much do new primaries equate to old option tires? Have we really seen that?
No, you're right. You haven't seen that yet today.
So that's interesting.
So apparently Fox is saying that Harvick was the last one to go 3 in a row, but it was definitely Kyle Larson.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
mentioning how Harvick has done it.
I mean, Harvick did get 3 in a row at like
2018.
He did get 3 in a row.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah.
yeah.
He wasn't even the last guy to do it that year though.
Who
Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski.
Kyle Busch? Okay, yeah, that's right. Brad Keselowski. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, that was a weird stretch where he just won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I think they were only showing it because Harvick won his third at Phoenix.
Yeah, okay.
Is what they're trying to say.
Hey, Trey, look who's in 12.
Yeah, buddy, I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
Ugh, look who's in 14th. I'm not going to be the smart guy.
Here we go. Here we go. Get ready to eat that pizza, Chase.
No, that's if Joey Logano wins.
No. I'm safe from that pizza. Trey is not safe from that pizza.
Oh, is
No,
it Trey?
no.
Get ready to
I
eat
said
that
I wouldn't
pizza,
do
Trey.
that bet. I didn't say I would do that bet. I said
Somebody pull up the transcripts. He definitely said it.
sticker primaries for Logano. Thank you, James.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Bell, Hamlin, Larson, Busher, Barry, Busch, Bowman, Byron,
Busher, Barry,
Nemechek,
Busch, Bowman, Byron, Battlestar Galactica.
and someone sounding like someone's take who aged like milk. 10th, Ty Gibbs.
Yeah, I did see that. I was mentioning that earlier. But
And if you hear that
back up there,
if you hear that buzzing noise, it's Ed Lane blowing up Tom Holtz's phone because of Ty Gibbs.
Has Ty Gibbs gotten the top 10 this year?
No.
No.
So Kyle
this
Busch
would be-
takes
this
the
would be his
bottom.
first.
He's going to have a chance to just send it in there.
Well, will he do what another RCR car did yesterday? So I think I honestly think the person on the best tires is Tyler Reddick, but he has the power steering issue.
Did they fix it? They didn't fix that?
They have a leak, so they put more liquid in, and then they have a leak.
Oh,
Ross
okay.
is 19th.
Yeah, he
So-
pitted.
Yeah, I'm saying he's 19th, and he's got the scuff reds. We'll see.
Busher on the inside of the second row is the one to watch for me. Because remember, Busher got screwed out of a playoff spot because he wasn't aggressive enough. We'll see if in the offseason he decided to change his tune and get a little bit more aggressive.
If you want a football headline, Devontae Adams is signing with the Los Angeles Rams.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, Larson just gave Hamlin a shot.
Yeah, he sure did.
Spoiler.
Wow.
Busher-
Oh my
Busher's
gosh.
just like
Trey,
that.
Katherine Legge just got back out on the track and she
Is that
took the
Danica
lead.
Patrick? Is that Danica Patrick?
Dude, Bell just didn't even matter that Denny got that run. Bell shot
What's
out
that
of
at
it.
the bottom? Is that Busher?
man.
Is that Busher?
What a bad
Wide.
start in 17.
Larson versus Hamlin. Let's see if they play civil.
No.
Barry going for third. Look at that.
I mean, that's exactly what Bell wants to see.
Hey, Logano's actually moving. 13th. Ooh.
Best full race Wood Brothers perform. I mean, I know they won Daytona, but best that I can remember in a long time.
I mean, best non-super speedway performance
Better
in
way
a
to put it.
while.
Yeah.
Out of Wood Brothers.
No doubt.
I think Barry, yeah, I don't know. I was going to say he looks maybe even better than he did last year with SHR.
Well, it's a better
Well, I
car.
think he was on the right track, and then the team disbanded, and it was like, oh, well, people just got distracted, and rightfully so, right? Like, because they were going
Trey, he's ninth. I was gonna say he's ninth.
I'm not saying anything.
Ross is
only 2 top 5 finishes the entire Harrison Burton era. So I'm looking it up.
Wow. And one of them
Blaney.
was
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, the other one was Indianapolis, wasn't it? Indianapolis road course race.
Yep. Grand road course race. So last 3 top 5s. Indianapolis road course race with DiBenedetto in 21. Indianapolis road course race with Harrison Burton in 22.
Oh.
And then Burton winning Daytona in 24. So this would be the first time since 21 that they had a top 5 on an oval non-super speedway track.
Wow.
Did they not finish top 5 at Darlington in the 22 spring race or 23 spring race?
Oh.
They did not.
Update. Reddick did not put the option tires on. So
Ross
I'm
is
guessing.
It sounds like he doesn't have the speed to really
I
make a
think
difference.
they
But he's
just don't
sitting
trust the
20th
car with
anyway, yeah.
this power steering issue. I'm going to be
Logano,
interested to see where Joey Logano finishes because he's theoretically on fresher tires, but it's the primaries.
But man, I mean, with 12 to go, barring some sort of collapse, you got to hand it to Bell. I mean, he has come out 3 out of the first 4. If he wins 3 of the first 4, and this is a guy that was pretty pissed that he got left out of Phoenix on a rules thing. Felt like he should have won the championship last year.
And he won the duel.
Yeah. I mean, he's come out of the box swinging. I mean, he's certainly making a case for himself that he is by far the championship favorite.
Theoretically, he's won 4 of the first 6 races he's been a part of.
Mm.
Bowman's going to get a top 5.
Yep. Still a little early to look at points, but as I look at points, again, top 4 are 3 of the championship 4 drivers from last year and Bell. And Logano sitting 7th. So, not a ton of change. And then Chase Elliott, who was in the round of 8 last year, 5th in points. Denny Hamlin, who was in the round of 8 last year, 8th in points. Bowman 6th. So, top 8 still pretty much same guys from last year. Kyle Busch 9th in the standings. That's the first real difference that you get.
Yeah, but Kyle Busch was 3rd in the standings this time last year.
That's true.
Oh, that's a caution.
Oh,
Ty Gibbs. Caution.
Oh,
all right. Well,
oh wow.
another tire? Yeah.
It might be. It might be another brake thing because that's what Bubba's was a brake failure. We've seen that here with those cars.
Now, Chase, we've seen that here at
Yeah,
Phoenix
that's
in
more
the
just
past.
maybe another rotor.
So now do you pit if you're Tyler Reddick and put the 2-lap scuff?
Oof, that's a rough graphic. The last 8 races for Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
That's an awful graphic. Yeah, that looks like it. That was an rotor. It's so odd that we've seen that now with 3 different Toyotas over the past couple years here.
Yeah.
It's got to be concerning if you're Toyota because it took your car out of a championship race 2 years ago, and it seems that they haven't fixed it.
Yep.
It's the most caution since 2020 at Phoenix.
I mean, do you worry now if you're Bell and Hamlin?
A little bit, but you got to just race.
I don't think so. I mean, Larson was keeping pace
mean-
with them, but I think they're better.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is like Josh Berry. Josh
I
Berry.
was gonna say, if you're Josh Berry, I mean, I would just sail it. I would take the inside. If the inside's available, I would sail it into turn 1, see what happens.
Channel your inner cars tour and pretend that's Bobby McCarty in front of you.
Huh.
There's State Farm. Michael McDowell, 22 laps down, has the fastest lap.
Really?
I wonder, did he put? I wonder if he
It's
put.
really weird as to how that point has been awarded this whole year, right? Like, never really been the fastest guy.
Yeah, but it's just. I wonder in that last set he put the fresh reds on and just ran the fastest lap
Oh, to get that extra point, that's not a bad.
because he had a bad
Hearing.
day.
Yep. So Suarez, by the way, is going to end up 23rd after that wreck with Legge or with Katherine. I mean, like, not terrible considering how it could have been.
Flip the kitchen lights on. Not this one, but those ones right there.
Please.
Trey, if you're Zane Smith, what do you do?
You know that Trey Lyle is your biggest supporter, and you're gonna go win the race. I just think you're like your goal is to. I mean, honestly, if you're Zane, John Hunter Nemechek, the Dillon brothers, you're maximizing your day, whether you finish between 9th and 15th. So your goal is we just keep it clean and finish there. And maybe less for Austin Dillon, but especially for John Hunter, Zane, and Ty Dillon, you have maximized your day. Just finish kind of where you're at. And if chaos happens in front of you, take advantage of it.
They're going to take it all the way to overtime, right? Like, they're going to go, I mean, they won't be restarted with, max 3 to go.
Yes. That 21 scheme is nice.
I mean, we're looking at,
3 straight.
I don't know, man.
So
I mean, yeah,
all
but
3 days we've been overtime finisher.
What if Denny and Bell get into it and maybe Barry just scoots on by?
I got it.
I'm just saying.
Dalton, I have an idea how this finish is going to go. All right.
Okay.
The front 6 clear each other out, and giant smoke cloud emerges from the race. Can I finish? Can I finish? A giant smoke cloud emerges from the racetrack. Oh, what's going to happen? Who's going to get through it? And all of a sudden, you just see slowly emerging through it the 17 of Chris Buescher. He comes out. He finishes. He gets the checker flag. And what does he do? His post-race interview, he goes, I want to thank Dalton Hopkins for being my biggest supporter.
For believing in me.
For always believing in me.
Always picking me to win the races.
Always picking me to win the championship. I want to thank him, and I want to thank him for his service. Salute, Dalton Hopkins.
I don't even know how I feel about that.
All right, here we go.
Like that. Please stop.
Barry takes the bottom.
Barry, bottom. Bowman.
That's what she said.
Byron, top. Byron, bottom. Buescher, Busch, bottom.
What?
I don't understand.
Bell, bottom. Barry, bottom. Byron, bottom. Busch, bottom.
Ty Dillon, 13th.
Here it comes.
Nope.
Side by side with Austin Dillon.
Barry on the outside.
Dillon brothers.
Behind Bell. Well, no. Yeah, right behind Bell.
Yeah,
sorry, on
they
the inside, right behind Bell.
They both.
All right, remember, folks, I am behind you guys.
Okay.
So you react, but just don't like
Trey.
saying.
Oh my goodness!
Say a name.
Zane Smith got through.
I can't believe it. Zane Smith to the lead. To the lead.
I'm taking my headphones out.
Oh my gosh, Zane Smith blew up going into turn 3 to win.
Oh no, he blew up. Oh.
Everyone
All
blew
right,
up.
here we go.
They all blew up. All their engines.
Here we go.
Nice shot, Fox. Seriously. Let's show the crowd as they come back to green. Oh, Barry got by. Oh, I won't say.
Byron.
He just said not to say anything.
Byron was like,
Just don't say
"Here I
names.
am to
I'm
ruin
sorry, I forgot Trey. Oh,
I saw
Denny.
it. Byron got
look
it.
at Denny. Denny's gonna get a push from Larson. Oh, yeah, Larson's gonna push him. You just said don't say names. I'm saying names. I'm sorry.
Here comes that guy.
Oh, wow.
Just say
Wow,
names. It's fine.
That guy certainly is going
Incredible
to
restart.
Here comes this guy.
White flag.
We got a 3-car race for the win,
Look
maybe
at
4
this
here.
guy. We have a 4-car race.
Oh,
for
Mike
the
Joy
lead.
does not know what colors are. Contact.
Wow.
Ooh,
Run.
look at this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This could be a good finish. Side by side.
Side by side.
Oh! He moved him.
Wow.
Did he get him? He got him.
Wow.
3 in a row.
Bell.
3 in
Three
a row for Bell.
Wow. Wow.
Zane Smith top 10. Yeah. Let's go.
That was a heck of a thing.
I was so close to being right.
Did we just watch a good Phoenix race?
Oh, we did.
Watch a good Phoenix race. Option tire. Big fan of the option tire. Bell, 3 in a row. First time since Larson in 21. Hamlin
Joe gives
second.
1-2.
Larson third.
Not a bad race.
Barry Busher.
Bell goes back to back at this race because he won this race last year.
Yep.
All right, to reset. Bell, Hamlin, Larson, Barry, Busher, Byron, Bowman, Butch, Zane Smith, Chase Elliott, your top 10.
That's
I go in 16th at the end
Oh,
of the
he
day.
get top 15, like I said.
No,
Yes.
16th.
Yeah, he didn't. I said he wouldn't finish top 15.
I know, the left side won.
Ha!
No, I just
Dalton,
said he
here's
would
the good
finish top
thing.
10.
They win nothing.
What's that?
You know what's funny, Tom? Bye.
They win nothing. We were wrong. Why don't you take us home, Trey?
So to reset, if you want to know the point situation, William Byron leads, Christopher Bell second, Tyler Reddick third, Ryan Blaney fourth. Currently, the playoff cut line would consist of Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain. The first man out would be Todd Gilliland. Other notes? I think we just saw history, boys. You know, first time in the next gen car, someone wins 3 in a row, and I think Christopher Bell, man, he's trying to make a statement this year. He's driving like a pissed off driver, and you've seen it the first 4 races of the season. So give him credit. Any final thoughts for the boys?
Good Phoenix race. Good option tire. Dell is driving with
agree.
emotion right now, and it shows.
Yeah, I think that was a solid Phoenix race. I kind of a little bit more what would have happened if that last caution didn't come out, but that was a good finish. Exactly what Phoenix needed.
Do this at every short track. I think you need to do I think you need to do the primary option tire at every short track at this point, and New Hampshire and Gateway, like any mile less track. Chase, what do you think?
I think NASCAR needs to take a hard look at what worked today and apply it to the championship race. I don't know about every short track because I think the tire wear at Martinsville last fall was good. And if they can replicate that without needing a second tire, then I think I'd prefer having one tire and guys just having to save it. But that was definitely the best next-gen Phoenix race we've had.
No doubt about it.
Best Phoenix race in a while, and it was actually entertaining, good finish. They almost replicated the past 2 days, but didn't hit the wall. So I really thought they were going to hit the wall.
Way cleaner today.
I thought
Because they were
Belly
teammates.
accidentally just cleaned them both out, and that the 5 was going to win. Honestly, because it looked like he got loose and took them both up the track. I guess they're showing the replay now.
Yep. All right, everybody. Be sure to stay tuned for PRC.
I'll be on that.
7:30, Kyle Benjamin, Trey Lyle.
Me.
We'll have our reporters from Phoenix weighing in after their post-race reporting. Christopher Bell, 3 out of 4. Keep it here at Frontstretch. Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed this.
Farewell.
Bye, everybody. And also, if you like these live streams, we'll have more reaction to the race. Happy hour on Tuesday, 7:30, right here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Frontstretch. Just subscribe and hit the notifications. All right, bye, everybody.